What's up to all the good people out there tuning in with us?
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out there, made a big smile, no handcuff by all.
We're on YouTube, right? HD, right?
I think they lost the script.
Yes,
We got
sir.
some shooters.
I'm about to say that shit.
Off the hip. Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out there, ain't a big smile, no handcuff by officers. Hold on, wait, I think
Hold
they
on,
lost
wait.
the script. We got some shooters. Pow. It's off the hip. Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything.
I'ma just send out one more link and then we're gonna cut that music for y'all, chat.
Nah, take your time.
Off the hip, I welcome your thoughts.
Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters. This off the hip. Off the hip. Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out there, read a big smile, low handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think.
Yes, sir. I got my brothers with me. Razors, Snake Eyes. How y'all feeling, dog?
Come on, man.
Yes,
Amazing.
sir. Night like this, ooh wee. Every time we end with the bloodline,
Yeah.
or start the show with the bloodline, it's a great night.
Yeah.
It's a great night. I ain't gonna lie,
Big.
like
This ain't
we owe
playing.
it to the people. Yeah, we owe it to the people. We gonna get right into it. Right
Yeah,
off
let's
the
get right
press.
to it. Let's get right to it, man. We just ended the show with a banger. Razor. What the hell just happened? It was questions about Jacob Fatu. And is he hurt? Is it fake? Is it real? I'm gonna give this to y'all before I really give my sentiments. But I just want to say this. That's a bad motherfucker, man. He's a bad motherfucker, man.
A bad motherfucker indeed. And
I just fucked up the money. Damn. See, I told you we was not gonna curse. I just messed up the money again. See, my bad. I'm trying, y'all. I'm sorry. Damn.
you're good, you're good. I will say this. In times like this, I love it when I'm wrong. Now, we all had thoughts way back in the day. What side is he really on? Today, tonight, he told us where he stands amongst the battle lines. He stands with Solo. And if you notice, what was the crowd chanting after he dropped him with that super kick? Uso. We know what's coming. They know what's coming. Man, oh man.
Another thing that I thought was brilliant, bro. Like, nigga came out of nowhere, man. And like, he did this shit on 1 foot. Like, let's really get to this to what we see.
That was crazy.
Roman was
Not human.
actually, first of all, Solo's been out of his body. He's been really talking breezy, ordered that man to the ring to acknowledge him. Your man, Jacob Fatu, on a walking boot, handle Roman Reigns. Hold on, listen, let me say that again. Let me say that again for people out there. Jacob Fatu on a walking boot just handled Roman, flatlined him. Solo and Tama, y'all had trouble. Roman was finessing y'all. He's really finna put y'all niggas, put y'all out y'all misery. Jacob came through with 1 foot. This man is built for this. Even if he is hurt, he's from a different cloth. Y'all thought that was stopping him from competing? He's like, y'all know right now, I'm different. And my shit is fractured. So what? Can I flip still? Can I kick a nigga still? I'm out there. Like, well, he's a box off. He's a game changer with Triple H. So that's game changing shit. I've never seen that in all the years I've watched wrestling. And point me if I'm wrong. Y'all can remind me, because y'all are experts in wrestling. Y'all been watching a little longer than I have. When the last time we seen a person of significance with 1 foot do that type of damage?
and made it look effortless. I
Effort,
haven't seen that.
exactly. Come on now. You talk about making a guy into a superstar. Oh, that was a statement. That was a statement. Look today. And Roman's trying to fight, and it's like, yo, it's like you caught him by surprise. Like you forgot
Mhm.
about me, dog. I'm like, and like you said, Razor, this is where I stand. Like everybody questions, we ain't see him with the why. Oh nah, y'all know what's up. This is where I'm at with it. Yo, bro, when I was seeing him do that to Roman, when he tossed Roman out the ring like he was nothing, like when he picked Roman up and just threw him out the ring, like I'm like, oh nah, Roman got to handle this,
And
and Roman
Braun
got to see
Strowman.
him. Roman got to see him.
Aside from Brock and Braun, when has Roman ever been ragdolled like that?
Come on,
Never.
come on, come on, yo.
Every move done with authority. Jacob was out there moving. He's always moving with a purpose. But know what I mean? Like everything was done with emphasis, with authority, with power, aggression, as always. And man, did it look crazy on Roman. It looked phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie. That's the moment we've been waiting for right there.
Shoot to kill.
All right, can we say that this was the plan all along?
Could
You know what I
have
mean? Like
been.
this was a part of the introduction to Jacob. Like
Mm.
still, we're still in the introduction part to Jacob, as far as like letting y'all know what this man is going to bring to this company. And like we can really say Roman was a part of helping him get, you know what I mean? Roman is a part of giving him that opportunity because, like y'all said, we don't see many people ragdoll Roman like that or do that to him. And think about it, this is blood shit. This is blood family. This is family shit. It's all in the family. We are all superstars. We are all them niggas. We are all eating. Everybody eats. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like this shit is beautiful, bro. I don't want to go too far, but that was an amazing like segment. That was an amazing segment. Yo.
And Graves said it best. Jacob is dismantling a god. What does that say about Jacob alone?
Right. And it was just crazy though. Like I feel like we knew the moment that they locked, like you can't even say they really locked horns, but the moment they got physical with each other, it was gonna be explosive. And we got nothing short than explosive. Um, I really want to see that match now. Like I wanted to see Roman and Solo, I still do, but now I'm salivating for Roman and Jacob even more. And then we could, you know what I'm saying, whatever order they want to give it to us, Roman versus Jacob first or Roman versus Solo. I'm cool with either or, but I've already seen Roman kind of run through Solo. Like the last two times he kind of just like, got his stuff off on him kind of quick. You know what I mean?
I will say this: them brothers when they was going at each other, amazing. That was an amazing like visual. Like everything that happened in that moment, from them just getting to it in no words, we getting straight to it to like Solo trying to get his advantage, trying to like, you know what I mean, get his shit off. Roman just got a counter for everything. It's like, you feel me? We even pulling out the I ain't never seen him do the jump clothesline. When the last time Roman did that?
Maybe the Shield days?
Come on, like that was crazy out of nowhere. I'm like, whoa. And let me ask y'all this question on some real shit. Can we ask this question? Can Roman fuck with Jacob? Because we know Jacob is the most all around person in the family ever. Um,
I'm glad you segued to that.
can we ask the question? Is can Roman even deal with Jacob? Is Jacob even too much for Roman?
He can't do
I
it
guess,
alone.
yeah. Well, I guess with an injury would probably be the best time right now, right? Like we haven't seen a
He just proved that he
weakness.
can't do it when he's injured.
We can't even say we've seen a weakness to Jacob's game so far. You know what I'm
If he
saying?
did that
So
to Roman on one foot, how does he handle Roman healthy?
oh, he's gonna like yeah,
Roman
he's
is
gonna
healthy.
work.
Roman is back. Like he's back. Like on 100. Like he handled that man on 100. Like Roman was in the ring, like a god in there. Like fucking put the follow on his neck and change the landscape of shit again. Like because I ain't gonna do. I do feel like that moment when Roman put it around his neck. Mad thoughts went through my mind. Like, oh shit, he got it back. I'm thinking
Hmm.
like. Is this shit gonna make Tama like turn on? Like I'm thinking like, oh, this shit about to go crazy because like if he got that, and niggas gotta acknowledge him. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
What Solo said.
This shit might bring, you know what I mean, tension between even them and then Jacob. Like as soon as you was
I'm
thinking about
glad you
all this,
mentioned
bro.
Tama though.
As soon as you was thinking, cause yo, bro, that's why wrestling is the great one of the greatest things going on. Like because it just plays with your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that I wasn't the only one when Roman was standing with her follow, think about mad shit, and then it was like boom, surprise! You didn't even see Jacob coming because I did. It really
I feel
just
like
smacked me out.
and it was before that for me too. Like when Solo was handing over the Ulafala to Tama, Tama kind
Yeah.
of got two different like obsessions. He got one like Razor said that dates back to the shit he used to talk with Roman, and then also it's kind of like he's being a little defiant. You see Solo have to continue to tell him like, "Yo, fall back, like make sure we got the Ula, like you know what I'm saying, fall back."
Mm-hmm.
And we seen him disregard the orders even after Solo was taken out, which then led to Roman, gaining possession. Then leads to the best moment of the night. You know what I'm saying? Jacob with the surprise. I give it to you though because when I seen Roman, he had that moment of like you said, but then something is telling me like, dang, like they just gonna give it to him like just like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know.
Right.
I can't say with that statement that I knew it would be Jacob. But I watched, remember in the beginning of the show, they only had Solo and Tamatunga arrive at the arena. So I thought something was gonna happen. I just didn't know of what magnitude.
But you
So
got to think
but
about it
yeah.
though. People know that Jacob is hurt, so
Mhm.
that's why they're not. You know what I mean? That's the whole
Mhm.
thing of seeing just them. You know what I mean? Like like I don't know if people expected to see Jacob tonight. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you guys this.
At all.
Let me ask you
Right.
guys this. So, if not Jacob, were you guys expecting Tonglo to get the low blow right this time?
I'm screaming.
No botch guy was there. Botch guy wasn't there today. Botch guy had the night off, man. And yo, it was a few moments when they was kind of handling Roman, Tom and Solo. I was literally at the screen screaming for Jimmy. Like I'm now like literally calling for my man. Like, yo, bro, where are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Here.
yeah, like, bro, I'm really calling for help. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where these things at? So we still have that. I feel like the anticipation for that is now building even more. To like Jimmy's arrival is gonna hit even more when he come. You know what I mean? Because remember, they took him out at the end of the day, so he got to be coming back for smoke. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, Roman definitely needs some reinforcements to keep the rest of the
mhm.
bloodline busy while he's attempting to take care of Jacob or Solo, maybe both. You know what I'm saying? He
Now let
gonna
me ask y'all
definitely need
another
some
question.
reinforcements.
Let me ask y'all another question because we on this topic. Because this is like now we have the little brother of the Usos, which is Solo Sokoa, just
Hmm.
ramshot, just bugging the fuck out on his own brothers, right? Could we see since they took it to this level with Jacob, this is how Roman kind of convinces Hikaleu, listen, man, come with me. Your brothers is bugging the fuck out. This is where you need to be.
That's not far fetched. I
That's the
felt I
Believe.
counter.
had
The
yeah.
counter. Is that a counter? Is that a counter? Like,
Well, let's one up that.
yeah,
Um, but first off, quick segue. Rest in peace to Alpha Fatu, the Wild Samoans.
RP.
On
Yeah.
that notion, who were the elders that christened Roman the tribal chief? The Wild Samoans. Why do I bring that up? We've always wondered how you're going to incorporate the essentially the next line for the elders, meaning Haku and Rikishi. Well, we already know Paul Heyman's probably working behind the scenes trying to get the brothers back together. Who's to
Hmm.
say he's not seeking guidance from Rikishi and Haku to help mend that branch, get the Usos together, maybe get Zella on board, get Hikuleo on board,
What about
reunite the
Lance?
family. Lance too, but he's making some ground in MLW right now with Juicy P now. But again, he could be in the mix too, as well as the other fourth son of Rikishi as well. That's also limited indies. So I'm just putting it out there again. Snake, your idea isn't too far fetched. I see it coming, but like I said, this could be how we maybe bring in. Like I said Haku and Rikishi this go around.
Once again, rest in peace to Alpha. Gave that moment of silence right there. It's a number of ways they could go with this. I'm more on board. There's like you got the one on one matches that can take place. You definitely got the multi man matches taking shape down the road. November, like, come on, we're already what,
Mhm.
3 months out?
We're halfway through August already.
Yeah, like, come on,
Yeah.
things are shaping up. So the next few weeks, I feel like are definitely gonna be all right. Let me ask you now, then. Do we get Roman at Berlin?
I was saying
No.
that like just like I did have a thought in my mind, Roman Jacob at Berlin. But I'm like, you don't do that at Berlin, right?
If Cody wasn't on the card, I'd say maybe, but because he is, no. Because you don't want to get, I don't think you want to get to a streak to where you have those two close at each pay per view, and us teasing we're going to jump right into that when that's probably maybe a Mania thing, maybe even a SummerSlam next year thing. Because you can keep that round throughout the table for who knows, as long as you want, really. What you thinking, HD?
I'm just still thinking of like, what was the reason Tonga Loa wasn't it? There was no reason. Did he get injured last week or something? Did I miss something from last week?
Well, Roma did beat the shit with the chair.
Okay. Now let's flip it the other way, right? Let's say Hikaleu, what's up, Smiley? I see you out there. Let's say if Hikaleu joins his brothers, right, with this version of the bloodline, Jacob Fatu, the
You get all
Gorillas,
three of
and
the gorillas
Solo.
there. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, dude, like, where do we go from there? Like, do we start incorporating the Sammy Usos and the other alliances, the unlikely
Well,
alliances for Roman?
well, we gotta actually make it with like I'm starting to like with like that. A follow is like the Space Jam ball. As soon as you touch it, son, it's something. It does something too. You know what I'm saying? It does something
That's
too. Because
crazy.
ever since time I touched that, he's been kind of like second guessing everything. Like you see it.
You've been noticing that, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Like so now I'm thinking like when war games come around, you know what I mean? Who is gonna be on what team? We don't even know. When we get the war games, we don't even know. It could be some swaps by then.
Or
Tama
maybe the
might
gorillas
Tama
branch on
might
their
be
own.
solo, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know War Games is going to be something crazy because now you literally got all of them jumping on Roman. He has no, like you said,
Do
nobody with him. So who's going to be? And oh yeah, not to cut your wisdom. This is what I was going to say. The thought I had because we brought up Cody, right? What we seeing right now is a case of them trying to keep Cody away from Roman for not being outshined. Like because I feel like you know what I'm saying. Like when y'all say your Roman's on a Berlin card. You know what I'm saying? If Cody wasn't on it, the Roman goes on it. You think people want to see the Roman match more than Cody's match, right?
they just
Yeah.
announced that SmackDown had a sellout event tonight? I didn't
Yeah.
hear that the last few weeks. They might have said it last weekend. I have, but
Nope.
hey,
SmackDown hasn't sold out in a few weeks. Same with Raw. I mean, Raw got to sell this past week, but they've been slowing down quite a bit, primarily because, again, let's be honest, it's the effect of Roman and The Rock. Let's call a spade a spade.
Hmm.
Imagine when Brock is back. He could be on Raw. They could be on SmackDown. Brock definitely gonna pop a number, regardless.
that's what you call a damn draw right there. They'll sell out a show within
And
a
look, let's
day's
let's let's
difference.
let's still make this. Roman has yet to say a word. 3 weeks. We have seen him 3 times. He has yet to say a word, and he is shutting shit down, breaking number barriers, breaking records. Like you know what I'm saying? Like as far as ratings, he has yet to get on the mic and say anything.
And he don't have to.
Like come on, Cody. How can you compete with that when you talk about you know what I mean? Like it's nothing you could do. Like Roman is the guy. Like you got the title, but you're not never going to be bigger than him, a bigger superstar than him. You're not the face. The face is Roman Reigns. Clearly.
In the wor-
And
in the words of Snake Stater wrestler Joe Hendry, in regards to Roman Reigns, say his name and he appears.
Oh no, he's getting spammed. Yeah, see, this is why. See, Y'all should have never wanted to see him so much because we tired of that. This spin around, oh Henry, that shit is ass now. Got to spend it all these weeks in a row. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm good on that. I'm offset. Tokyo, like whatever that shit is. Like, let me stop playing. I know that's the
Roman on that energy. Roman on that wreck everyone and leave energy, except for tonight. He got wrecked, but he's definitely been on that wreck everyone and leave energy. So I respect that.
also
I
seen
think
the OTC t-shirt over the hoodie look today. You know, a little change up. You know, a little change up. See you, Roman.
Yeah, they got to push that merch right there. That joint was fire right there. The little short sleeve hoodie.
Hmm.
Man,
speaking
I
with
was gonna.
fanatics, where my shirt at?
He said, "Where it's at? He needs to be wearing
He's
it
still
right
gonna get
now."
that. He's still gonna have that shit like in 2 weeks. That short sleeve hoodie.
I'm surprised I ain't hit the shot right. Like I need that.
I
I
should have
wanted
went
to
down and
ask
shop
y'all though.
instead.
I wanted to ask y'all though. Am I looking into this too much? Did y'all feel like Solo had a different tone when speaking about Roman tonight? Like for a split second, he's like, you know, if he takes this back, then we're gonna have to acknowledge him. Well, he didn't say we first. He says you're gonna have to acknowledge him, and I'll have to acknowledge him too. Do you feel like he's changing his tone a bit?
No, I think that the
Okay,
fact that Solo is acknowledging that this is about family at the end of the day. This is not as personal as y'all making it seem. This shit is in-house shit. Like that's why I was saying like Roman come back when that's why they made that so big of a deal when Paul Heyman in the ring with Solo when he pulled out the follow and Paul Heyman was like, "Whoa, how did you get that? Like, what the
right.
hell? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because now you made it personal. So I knew that Roman was coming back specifically for that. So they're making it about the family. Like you got too big for your bridges. Like you forgot the family shit. Like that's why you lost. You got too ahead of yourself. So somebody else got to control this shit right now. So that's Solo basically saying, bro, I love you, but I gotta be the man in front because you was doing too much. And if you want it back, like come see me, bro. Come see me, cuzzo. We can get it in. But whoever has this is the man. So if he happens to get it back from me, I will have to acknowledge him because his family is bigger than us two. It's bigger than us two. At the end of the day, that red thing is bigger than all these wrestlers. This is family shit. RPFI. You know, look, come on, look at these guys. You know what I mean, this shit is it's getting way more personal with the people passing away. It makes it even more
Yeah.
personal. You know what I mean? Like so.
Olafala holds significant value for sure.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. So I think I did hear the different tone. I did hear that. I did hear him like say that, like, yo, if he gets it, whoopie whoop. You know, different from him, like, talking crazy, just saying, yo, this is
Right,
my shit,
right.
whatever, I got you. But I think it was dope to see him acknowledge like his family. I respect that he made it about family. I respect that. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I respect that.
Because then it circles back to his original statement, like losses have consequences, and that was the real reason behind what
Hmm.
he's doing, everything he did. He felt like Roman couldn't uphold them standards anymore. So
Right.
whoever it is, yeah, that makes sense too. I just yeah, I
You
did
know,
feel like it was a little different tonight him saying that, but I can
think
see
about
that.
time, like it's kind of like when Solo, was kind of like getting a kind of more vocal to Roman going towards WrestleMania because it's like, bro, like you better be on your shit. Like you seen what Tama was talking to him in the back, like, bro, you better rip this man apart, limb for limb, like, you know what I'm saying?
When it
Like,
shows up, I got him. Don't worry.
right.
I think it's I mean it's the obvious what I'm about to say, but it's very important to me that Jacob is now gonna hold this over Solo's head that you still have the Ulafala because of me. Like he basically ensured that that didn't go anywhere this evening. It could always just be there, something to go back to.
I expect Tama to pull that before Jacob
Mm,
But then
because
again, it's
Tama.
like this is what Solo went and got them for. You know what I'm saying? This is why I went and unleashed you to save me when I, you know what I mean, to but like you said, Jacob could be like, nigga, like, you know, yo, bro, Jacob done ran through Cody Rhodes, he done ran through KO, he done ran through Randy Orton, he just ran through Roman Reigns in a short month.
and technically, right? Solo did take a loss. He ain't suffered no consequences.
Mm.
He just lost to Cody the same way Roman did in a
Hmm.
bloodline rules match.
And Tamaka noticed that he was the first guy brought into the new bloodline.
And I love the fact how, right, people, when Jacob came, the first thing people were saying, a lot of people were saying, damn, Jacob overshadowed everybody. And this is their way. Like, look at how just slowly but surely, right? They start implementing Tama, like putting the gas on Tama a little more to like, so that won't be the case. You know what I'm saying? Like in the matches, they doing other shit. He up in the ante. Now he's talking. He's the one in the back with Solo. He's, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's becoming a vocal point, and now we're getting like surprised by Jacob. You know what I mean? He's not like just being forced. You know what I'm saying? Like Tama's getting his time to actually shine and be Tama. So it's like they're all, who we expect them to be. No one looks weaker. Tonga just is the comedian wrestler right now. Everybody just like he's just funny. You know what I mean? So it's not he could do about that. He just it kind of works for him. It's like we want to see you botch a low blow. Like that shit is funny. Like yeah, it's cool.
I'm just saying, enjoy the botches while you can now. So when he finally decides to get his head out of this and turns it up, Snake, you will not be disappointed.
And when Hikaleo come and do a choke slam, just apologize to me, man.
That's an interesting point though that you
Oh,
bring
no,
up,
your
Ray.
question was, can he do one better than Jelly Roll? That was your caveat.
Oh yeah, nah, Jelly Roll got the best choke slam this year by far. Fact.
Nah,
Now
that's a
what you was
good.
So
finna
let,
say?
let me let me
Nah,
ask
I was
this real
gonna
quick.
say
So,
that. That's a good. That was good points that Razor bring up right there with Tom Matunga though, for real.
Hmm.
and, and what are the chances that if this discussion further continues, or if Tonga keeps rebelling or keeps acting up, speaking on him, what are the chances he steps to Jacob and tells him the same thing?
Cause you know what I feel like is something to keep an eye on too. Like again, another obvious, but
Hmm.
Solo's moving so fast that I feel for him, history is doomed to repeat himself. It's just a matter of time as to which one of these brothers feel like, all right, we've been the ones that's actually carrying it. Kind of like what he felt like about Roman. You know what I'm saying? How he's been
Hmm.
helping him and yo, finish the job. Like I think it's gonna get to a point that either Tama or Solo definitely looks at him in that light.
And I think soon as shit about to like almost hit the fan, I think that's maybe when the Rock gonna come. Like man, this is not the plan we had. You know what I mean? And
Correct.
that's when it's gonna
Mhm.
get revealed that Rock, kind of pulling a little bit of strings. You know what I mean? Letting Solo be free, do his thing.
Or why one of our theories day one? What if the gorillas are acting on behalf of the Rock, not so
Mm.
much under Solo like Jacob is? That could be a whole other door to go undo.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be like three separate bloodline groups.
Because yeah, Rikishi's his cousin, but he considers Haku his uncle. Haku is his uncle.
Now let me flip it. Could we see a situation where we're expecting The Rock to be with them, but maybe The Rock is with Roman? Like y'all young niggas tripping. We got to put y'all in y'all place. The young against the OGs of the family. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to throw a little. You know what I mean? Like, could we see like y'all? You know what I mean? Like Rock come and say Roman. Like y'all bugging. And War Game, this Rock, Roman, and the Usos versus Hikuleo, Jacob.
Now that would be insane.
That would be insane.
I,
That would be
I,
crazy.
I don't even know how we even get to that road.
Right.
My only thing, if I'm booking that match right there,
Hmm.
something gotta happen between The Rock and Roman, like another mistimed spear. Like remember how Roman speared Rock at WrestleMania in the tag match?
Right.
Hmm.
Another moment to cause something between them, so we can finally get to where we need to go with them two.
I think
Right.
I think Rock would have to get Roman this time since Roman got him with a spear in an accident. Like
And
maybe they raise hands in victory and then Rock hits him with a rock bottom or something. Because
mm,
we know that Roman dropped Tom with a rock bottom. Or was it Solo? He dropped someone with a rock bottom.
Yep, he did. I'm trying to think. I think was it Tama? Might have been Tama.
It might have been Tama. So, and I'm sure The Rock kind of peeped that and said, "Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute."
Yeah, they could definitely. It's a lot of. But my only concern is if you have the older the OG bloodline beat the younger blood. Where does the younger bloodline go from? Like obviously they'll have Jacob, so they're still dominant, right? Like Hikuleo will be 7 foot, but I think at that point they'll be on a separate ways. You wouldn't want to keep them a bloodline faction after that
Nah,
because that'd be. Let me see. Yeah, but how? Hold on. So hold on. We gotta. We hold on. Who's in the match again though? Because Snake, you said it'll be The Rock, Roman,
he said the Usos.
And the
and the
Usos
Usos.
versus Jacob, Solo, Tama, and Hikuleo. I'm suspecting him as his arrival. You know what
Okay,
I
yeah.
mean?
So
At
that
some
plays into
point,
what
you
I
know what I
was
mean?
saying
Like
earlier.
bad blood.
Yeah.
He come through the ring like Kane or some shit.
All right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's like, look at this dominant fucking faction created by Solo Sikoa. Wow. Could you imagine them four standing there? You got the giant kid, then you got Tom on one side, Jacob on one side with the titles, and Solo in the middle with the hollow follow. And they got Roman and Rock laid out. Wow. They did that to the OGs.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm putting
I
visuals in
wouldn't
your
mind.
heads. Look, they're like,
Yeah.
Rachel, like, man, we don't know that. I'm just putting little visuals in your head.
You know why? 'Cause I
I
really
mean,
enjoy.
in regards to Hikuleo, I just want to see if he's finally going to come out with a mean streak or not, because he did not have a mean streak in Japan.
I
He,
really
he
enjoyed
was
the tag team
he was
before
He's
borderline
though.
coming to
soft
be
in Japan
spectacular
sometimes.
for you, man. I feel it. He's coming to be spectacular for you, specifically. He's gonna impress you, brother.
I hope so, because
He's been
again, he's got potential.
he's been at that
That,
performance
that,
center.
that
You
man
know.
would have been in the NBA if he didn't go to wrestling.
Hear me though. Like if they do a tag team match in the Hell in a Cell, I think that'll slap for real. I'm looking back at the last time the Usos was in the tag team Hell in a Cell match with the New Day. They went kind of crazy in that joint for real.
I mean, when they beat the fuck out of Woods.
Yeah, they did stuff I ain't never see. They had him against the corner in the Hell in a Cell with the kendo sticks holding him
Just,
there.
ah,
Smooth.
ah.
I never seen that in the Hell in a Cell. Everybody want to go climb the top of the cage, go through the cage. I never seen the usage of like the kendo stick like that in the Hell in a Cell. I'm like, yeah, showed me that Usos could really get gritty in that type of a match. You know what I'm saying? For real, like, so I wouldn't mind if they
That
did.
was on that lockdown shit.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I want to say, like, they put all right, the thing with Jay, right, is like we expected for them at some point be back implemented, but it's like I kind of got a problem with how they like make him like pushing him like, oh, he don't know what's going on. That ain't my business. It's like, nigga, that's family, bro. Like,
And that's where I think Heyman and the elders play a factor, because I said he'll probably go with Jimmy first, and Paul and Rikishi will probably say, "That's your family. You gonna leave your family hanging out to dry like that? Your father raised you better than that."
mm.
Maybe
you think
Rikishi tells about his own damn self.
you think at some point Paul Heyman is going to use the fallen OGs as a way to get the Usos back together? Because that is a brilliant idea. Even though it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's not, I would say
I
like
wouldn't put it past him.
we're not just not me using the people that pass away their family in a way that, you know what I'm saying, where we're just trying to you know what I'm saying, it makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. You know what I'm saying? But of course something like that would have to be approved. You know what I mean? Don't want to rub anyone wrong. But I feel like that's an excellent idea, bro, that you said with Paul. That'd be a beautiful way to implement Paul Heyman and bring him back. And like that's a great idea.
and you can envision Paul getting choked up as he's telling them, like, you guys are family. You guys grew up together. You did everything together. You were raised better than that. You were raised to have each other's back, pick each other up when you fall down.
Yeah, nah, you gotta be hyped to see Paul now. You gotta be hyped to see
I'm
Paul.
telling you, when he comes back, either with the Usos or with Roman, he's gonna get probably one of the biggest babyface pops that we've heard probably in the last 10 years. That pop that Randy got in France, Heyman might get something pretty damn close to that. Let's see, when they going to Philly next? When they going to be in New York next for a big show? That could be then. But that man is going to be loved for the first time probably in his career.
I always gotta ask this question: is there like a round possibility where Roman Reigns is looking around like, yeah, I know we got the Usos, right? But we missing something. Like, I need something else that can. And Paul, you know, he got Brock. He got Brock on the call.
You're going to give me goosebumps already.
Got Brock on the call. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know we got the. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of time and story left with this that we could really save Brock for really down the line too. Like, it could be.
Can you imagine the visual to where we hear, here comes the pain? Brock jumps in the ring. Him and Roman look to side, give that head nod as like a sign of respect. That any venue in the world will lose their fucking minds.
He got to. If he sat there and gave if Brock sat there and only had 3 matches with Cody Rhodes and gave him respect after that, he got to give Roman some kind of love. Like,
He's had like what 10
Ah,
matches?
no, it was kind of like a. Remember when that shit happened when they was supposed to do that 2-on-2 against them niggas, and that nigga Brock just did that to
Yep.
Cody Roman. Them niggas was back, like, oh lord, whoa, like
right?
yeah, like whoa. And that nigga Brock just did that shit, and he didn't even really say nothing. Look at Roman, nothing. He just really handled that business and left. Roman was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, like I expect that. Okay, Brock, thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah.
again, like Cody and Brock beat the respect into each other. Roman and Brock have gone to wars with each other over the last 10 years. They've main evented WrestleManias together. They've shed blood together, main event closing the house down. During the pandemic, it was them two that were on top. Before Roman went out with leukemia, it was Brock and Roman right there, neck and neck. So and especially with the Paul Heyman factor in there, you know the respect's going to be in there. And now we're going on the Brock route. Why not Punk as well? Like we said before, get all 3 of the Paul Heyman guys together. Let's really set this bitch off.
Right, because then at that point you can now ease your way in with Jimmy. Like, whatever's keeping him off TV, you really now there's no rush when you got disalignment. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, we compare this to Marvel movies. Let's get the Avengers together. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, the Paul Heyman guys. Who's stopping that?
What's stopping John Cena from coming to help Roman?
I, I wouldn't rule against that either come 2025. Because remember, Solo took Cena out his last match. The story's there.
And The Rock planted him with the rock bottom, told him get the hell out of his ring.
Rock's got history with Cena as well. Once in a lifetime.
One last time ever.
Paul
It was one
Levesque,
of those.
sign us now for the love of God.
Last time ever.
25 minutes ago, Jacob just reported "Love You, Uncle" to the Alpha WWE post after you know what I mean, an outing like that. You know what I mean? That had to be emotional for all of them, man. Like that's family member. They going through that, right? That's real time, and they going through this in real time. They still got to go out there and be professionals, man. You know what I mean? Got to
And, and,
credit,
and,
got to
and
credit
back
the
to my
brothers.
point, as far as the elders, the patriarchs of the family, it is Haku and Rikishi. Those are the elders now.
Hmm. Right.
There ain't no one under them now in that family. So I mean, I
Yeah,
don't want to put it like that, but I'm trying to be respectful about it. Those are that is the top of the food chain in the family right now.
Nah, we eventually seen Alpha and Sika on at WrestleMania hand over the Ring of Fire. So it's not far
Was it
fetched.
Mania? Or was that Backlash when the match against Jay?
It might have been the Backlash.
It
It
was,
was,
it was very early on in that run when we saw them, Chris and Roman as the tribal chief.
and I'm not gonna lie, that did a lot. Like people already know who they were, but for the younger generation, that put a different spotlight on the Wild Samoans in itself. Allowed people to go back and appreciate. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Hmm.
So they could do the same with Haku and Rikishi. So again, I could see that happening. It's not out the realm for me.
And Haku hasn't. I don't think he's been inside of a WWE ring in probably 30, 40 years. Because most of his training was WCW, or am I wrong?
Let me ask you a question. Are we asking for a lot from them to wanting them to be implemented? Like they are
No,
older. We
no.
don't
It
we don't
it
know
it'll
what condition
continue.
they is to walk around. We don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
Haku just made an
but Rikishi
appearance.
we know is Gucci. Like I'm saying, like the other guys, other
Haku,
guys.
Haku hits the Indies once in a while.
Yeah,
Just stay
Haku just
loosey
made a
goosey.
yeah, Haku
Okay.
just made an indie appearance I seen on some programming. I think it was either Memphis Wrestling or it was one of these indie promotions. But yeah, I just seen Haku active out there. I'm like, okay,
Oh yeah, yeah.
getting
And then a
camera
couple,
ready.
and a couple years ago, he's made several appearances in New Japan with the Gorillas and all that. So he's still got that dog in him. Remember, he's still the most feared man in all professional wrestling.
I really enjoyed that time like when the Gorillas were in the Bullet Club and Haku was out there running with them and stuff. That shit was just dope, bro. They was doing the vlogs and all of that. Crazy.
If you haven't, I want to say it was the last time they were at the Cop House in San Francisco. You had Haku and his sons in a match to start the show, and then they came out forming the Fire Squad, beat the shit out of Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, or whatever. Haku was moving like I don't fuck with these boys. They did my boys dirty. I gotta let them know who the OG is.
Let me ask y'all a question. This is a real ass shit. Now we just getting deep into shit. I just start thinking about shit. Was there a point in the Roman Reigns title run did you feel like he was doing the most to Paul Heyman, treating him extra, bossing him around?
We're
At
talking leading up
times,
to Mania or
Hmm?
in general, like leading up to
Like
Mania,
towards the
or just
end, like
overall
towards the
before he
end,
returned.
towards the end. Was he not doing a little more, like extra, like treating him like shit, like a little bit?
Yeah, but I think we can all continue to make the argument that he's on top. He wants to make sure he stays on top at the end of the day by any means necessary.
Now
And
I say
Paul
that.
and Paul goes through similar stuff with Brock all the last 20 years. He kind of like recognized that, all right, the alpha male, he's gonna want to do his shit, whatever. It is what it is.
Now I say that to say this: Rock is the final boss. At the end of the day, he's the final boss. Could it be Roman? You didn't help Paul Heyman when they did
I
that
know
to
where this
him.
is
You
going.
didn't come and save him. Roman is a good guy now. Could we see like Paul Heyman go back into that hill back one more time? And like, I'm just saying, I'm just, I don't know. Like, we haven't seen Roman come out and say, "Yo, I'm back," because I did that to Paul. We haven't seen him talk yet, so we don't know. But I'm just saying, like, we know he didn't help Paul Heyman when they did that to him. He didn't help Jimmy when they did that to him. So we're expecting the Usos to come back together. But what if they don't? What help does Roman have? Who's his friends?
So allow me to answer that with this question. Say that's the case. Are you insinuating that Paul Heyman sides with The Rock? And
Yes.
if so, how does that benefit anybody? I mean, yeah, he's siding with the boss,
Maybe Paul
but
Heyman will be behind Jacob going forward. You know what I mean? As his wise man. Rock don't
That'd be
need
fun.
Paul. You know what I mean? So
Respectfully, Jacob's nice from the mic, but that'd be fun.
these are just possibilities. I'm just thinking. I'm not saying that even is the case, but I remember like some shows I thought Roman was kind of like, doing a lot to Paul. It was unnecessary. You know what I mean? Kind of like how he was doing to Jay and Jimmy and them, and that's why they turned because he kind of started little bro and them niggas. Crazy. Let's be real. And all that came and backfired on Roman at WrestleMania. And this is why he's in the situation he's in now, having to get his respect back. But I'm looking at like how they did Paul. Paul hasn't been back. How they did Jimmy. He didn't return from them. He didn't make an appearance to help them.
And here's my other question with this: like, if that's the case, and Rock recruits this as well, it's going to be very hard to convince me that the Usos are going to come back in the story a heel.
I hate to
Right? I
say it
mean,
though, but
No, like the Usos
Razor.
would be with Roman, but Paul wouldn't be with them. Like you know what I mean? Like Paul would be with the other side. Like the Usos would go back with their cousin. You know what I mean? But Paul won't be with them.
I just don't know with that one.
Hmm.
I think it's kind of what you said, Reese, and I hate to admit it. It's for me where the elders lie. Who do they
Hmm.
want Paul Heyman to be the wise man for? In the early stages, they made that call for it to be Roman. When Roman made that call upon him, the stars aligned. The elders gave the okay.
But on that notion, one elder is the Fatu, the other one is Haku, Tama's father. So with all this discourse, what if it's one vote for Roman, one vote for Tamatonga potentially? That could be a very real thing down the road.
Or Jacob and Tama. We haven't seen much interaction between them two.
That's another
They
good
just
one, yeah.
enforce. They're both enforcers. Like you know what I mean? And I think Tama stepping out of his shell more to show like, man, don't get it twisted. Like I had this shit in my hand. Like you lucky I gave this shit back to you, but boy, you know what I mean? Like
When Tama finally pops off, if I'm him, first thing I'm telling Solo is, boy, you better check my resume.
we haven't got a
Maybe
chance to
I
hear
can
Tama's music in like a few weeks, bro. That nigga music was immaculate. When he came out in that London, where was they at? They was overseas when he had that entrance, bro.
when he was crawling on the on the ramp.
Oh, bro, his entrance is fire. We haven't got to see that because they're coming out with solo shit. But I love that because it adds quality to it when we do get it. It's gonna be like, damn, this shit's powerful.
So, Snake, whenever I have time, I want you to look up some of the entrances from the Grills of Destiny from probably like 26, 2017. They had the war paint. Thomas crawling out, doing his dancing, whatever. I want Tom to come up with that swagger to where he knows he's that dude. Okay, nobody fuck with him. He's the bad guy, the bad boy.
Another thing, y'all seen on Twitter, I seen a report that the free bird rule could be in effect with the bloodline as the tag titles, where whoever solo chooses to defend them can be like, you know what I mean? Whoever he wants to be, you know what I mean? Defend them is the people that's going to defend them. It's not just Jacob and Tom. It could be Jacob and Tonga. It could be Jake. You know what I mean? Like it could be a variety of choices. When has
There
that
is a
been?
God.
When the last time that was affected? New Day.
Uh, New Day, technically Judgment Day. Yeah, yeah. For some reason, in Little Caesars land, you pick and choose when you incorporate the Freebird rule, but that's all I'm gonna say about them.
Type shit.
But I mean, the Freebird rule will be interesting, but then again, it's like when they do defend, so potentially, say Jacob is quote unquote still injured, we're gonna. I honestly would be mad at seeing the Gorillas versus the Street Profits. I would not be mad at that in the slightest.
I mean, we're gonna get a version of it. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all talking about the matchups and the mix-ups, but next week we get the Street Profits and Bloodline.
That's what I was getting at. So like, if Jacob's still quote unquote hurt, Tongalo's eye is healed.
Bro, is
I
it
won't
too
be
much?
mad at that.
Is it too much to say I want to see Jacob defend the championship in that boot? Like,
I mean,
I
who's gonna
really
stop him?
he looked great. That thing did not slow him down at all. He did not slip. Did not
It gives
look
stability.
yeah, like
That's what's scary about it. It made it better.
his first step was still fucking quick. Amazing. I never seen again, going back to what Snake said about have we seen that before? I've never seen. If you just want to be petty and name somebody, Cody Rhodes with the torn pec in terms of fighting injured, that's Austin finishing the match with the broken neck, Brock Lesnar getting a concussion, but with an actual foot
Triple H
injury,
wrestling and with a torn pec as well. He did that too
yeah,
against the
it's a
Brothers of
match.
Destruction, where Shawn Michaels tells them, "We're too old for this shit."
Mm-hmm.
I see a tweet online. I want to read this out to y'all. It's about somebody tweets out this bloodline story is the best one yet.
Okay.
The great first step.
Mm-hmm.
The great first step was Jay and Sammy reuniting. Until then, Hunter trades them both to SmackDown. They've been teasing this for a couple weeks now. But again, nothing will be easy. Roman first got to earn that trust back after all that manipulation he endured to Sammy and Jay. Not Jimmy, because he's been on his side no matter what. Same goes with Paul. I was just talking about that, like how he was doing all them dirty. Like that's what I was referencing, like the manipulation. You know what I'm saying? Like I forgot about Sammy too, coming being in this shit
Well,
too. I
yeah,
forgot.
Roman gotta have the powwow. Roman and Jimmy gotta have the powwow with Jay and make amends.
And
But
as
how
much
does
as I'm
Sammy and
not a
Jay
fan,
get to the brand though? How do they get to
Were they on SmackDown last week? Wasn't they like what happened with them
no,
going to
that was for SummerSlam. It just because it's a big four, most shows are almost always gonna be cross promotion.
Mm-hmm.
and nothing came out
But
of that, right? Just
no, but also like, isn't Sammy and Jimmy or Jay aren't they going after Judgment Day in the tag titles? So if they're gonna jump ship now, are we already stating that JD and Finn are gonna mop the floor with Sammy and Jay?
Could we see Roman make an appearance to Raw, pull up on Sammy and Jay out of nowhere,
that's what I've been waiting for.
and holler at
Especially,
them like that shit
If,
crazy?
again, I feel like if we can do that, Jimmy's already got to be in the picture, and so does Paul. That's what makes the most sense for me right now is for Roman to pull up to Raw because I don't think he'll. I mean, I'm not saying I don't think he'll do it on his own, but to me, it would make more sense if you bring everyone else in the picture already, so that way and by the time Roman's there, the piece of the puzzle is already like this, going to be formed together.
and from my
I don't see.
knowledge, Roman is still a free agent. Jimmy is still a free agent.
This is true.
Wait, hold on. Roman next appearance is September 13th now. Damn.
Makes sense. They kind of washed him up today. They did a shield bomb through the announce table.
We've seen him
Jacob
3 straight times. No, we've seen him at SummerSlam. We've seen him that were last week, and we've seen him tonight. So I could go a few weeks without bro. I ain't mad. Let's see what they cook up now. If that's true, I'm just seeing that on the
It's,
timeline.
it's, four, it's 4 weeks, 1 month.
Yeah. Some
So
stuff
we,
can
we're
happen.
gonna be we're gonna be hearing Solo talking his shit. Now in this time, you could probably get away with teasing Paul on Raw, whatever, trying to get the family back together. Honestly, if we're going to do this route, what if Solo pulls up on Raw? Remember on a SmackDown, Solo and the Bloodline had that little straight up with Jay. Like, it was
This is
good. Hey,
this
your
is
ass
a
back over there.
this is
Oh,
a
and just
clever
some more
way.
context, that is the first SmackDown show on USA, September 13th, too. So
That's
there's
right.
going to be, they're coming in with a bop. Like,
This is a clever way right here. Keep Roman. Look, you don't want to have the bash at Berlin feel like it's missing something while this is gaining so much steam. And you don't have Roman at the pay per view with their rivalry building up so much steam the way it is. I think this is a good way to cool this down, but still have us wanting it. You know what I'm saying? Wanting that moment.
mhm.
And that premiere that day, yeah, it's gonna be showtime. They really turning up. Premiere on USA. They might be. This might be on WWE way of giving back to USA right here because
Didn't we come from that era of USA? Wasn't we on this at one point? Wasn't
It
WWE
was
on
UPN.
this? No, but Raw wasn't never on USA back in
yeah,
the day.
they still on there now, but they about to go to Netflix. But at that time, Fox had wanted Roman Reigns, so USA was kind of pissed off about it for a few years because they got left with Brock Lesnar, who showed up just as much as Roman did, and he mostly was on SmackDown. So USA
And
got
then
left with
I'm sure they
nothing.
wanted Cody as well, but Fox probably said we called dibs first.
Hmm. If Roman shows up on both shows, but I wouldn't be surprised if he stays on SmackDown either. Like going forward,
You don't think he'll be on a Netflix guy?
I could see that too. It's just, I mean, the thing with the Netflix deal is, did it require Roman Reigns or was it just signed sealed because of The Rock? You know what I'm saying? Like,
We don't know. That's the
right?
beauty of
Like,
it.
yeah. So, like, as to where before Roman was a negotiation chip through the
For all we
Fox
know,
USA.
Netflix could be getting Roman and Brock. I mean, they're paying $5 billion for it.
I mean, as much as they show up, I wouldn't even be mad if they showed up. Like when they do show up, I wouldn't mad if they showed up on whatever show they wanted to. Realistically, like, because it can lead to more appearances if that means we get them on Monday and Friday. If they just free agents, like,
I'm more curious as to does the show stay 3 hours long come January?
I think
Especially if you
until
do
that takes
commercial
place.
free, you're looking at least if it's 3 hours commercial free compared to what they do now, you're looking at least half an hour to 40 minutes that they got to fill.
I mean, I would figure like those 3 minutes, they could add some more backstage content or have like a Joe Tessitore. I mean, he's gonna be on the commentating team, but like have somebody like him that come from a sports background, have a little segment with them recapping what's been happening throughout either the week or what's going on in
Like what
that
the
show.
YouTube used to do back in the day.
Hmm.
And that no commercial era, they definitely gonna implement way more like, you know what I mean, like the cinematic aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
Yeah,
I anticipate that too, but again, like I said, that's anywhere from half an hour to 45 minutes that you got to fill. So now again, that leaves them wide open to think of ideas, but again, that's a lot of time you got to fill too.
yeah, it's just more content. And if they really pull it off, which I feel they can, it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna see something in
And
wrestling
same thing, does SmackDown get a third hour? We don't know about that yet.
weekly show. It's gonna feel like almost a PLE if done right.
And in about 2 3 years, Netflix is going to get SmackDown and NXT on top of that. Whenever the Peacock deal ends. So these
I
next,
also think it allows time for, like, you know how when they say, "Oh, this went over, so this match had to get cut." It might allow for some wiggle room with a lot of those things.
bringing the speed stuff from Twitter.
You can do that. I get why speed is exclusive to Twitter and all of that, but once they feel they done with that, whatever they're trying to accomplish there with Twitter, that little working relationship, I
Or
think they should bring it up.
they'll probably do some shit to where what say it'll be like random times throughout Raw or whatever. Certain matches will be featured live on Twitter and Netflix simultaneously. Maybe I don't know.
Well, that'll be a great deal because not everybody's gonna have Netflix unless they're giving away some free month or something, right? Like
I mean,
that'll
it's
be a
20
good deal.
bucks. I mean, Netflix may go up by then too, but still, it's at least 20 bucks.
Netflix, real, it's crazy. That I remember when Netflix used to be $7, and I used to be able to get DVDs from wherever Netflix was mailing it from.
Oh, like Redbox.
Yeah, and I used to have to take it back to the post office when I was done. Real simple stuff. And then the app came out. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got pissed off because Netflix in the early beginnings, like not to go too far left into Netflix and all that, but like in the early beginning, it was kind of like Blockbuster. You could almost
Yeah, I'm
access,
about to say Netflix is a fucking upgraded blockbuster era.
yeah,
We have to go take the. We just try to keep the game.
right. They
You
used
get
to,
a little late fee.
yeah.
They had to give you
And,
a
and
late
then
fee.
yeah, Redbox. Yeah, GameFly on top of that.
Word.
So I mean, I enjoy where Netflix has went with the direction, but if they would have kept that feature in there where they still mail stuff, game changer because they had stuff physically that they didn't have on the app. A lot of documentaries, NBA documentaries that were turned into like physical DVDs. I was
All the 30
watching
for
those.
30s were there.
Like, but I hope WWE get their own section on Netflix. That'd really make it worthwhile for me. Like, and I can imagine they're gonna have to get their own section on there. But
Now, well, what make it now? Assuming the Jake Paul Tyson fight happened in November, that's gonna be a good test to see how the live sports is gonna work on Netflix come then. We're gonna get a little like, all right, this work here, not so much over here. So come Raw in January, they can make those necessary adjustments in those 2 months or what
I
month and a
think
half.
I think they've had a few live events on Netflix so
Yeah,
far. I think the roast live, the roast of Tom Brady.
I'm talking about live sports.
Yeah, yeah, like,
That's
but
different. That's different. I mean, they've had live stand-up events, or whatever, but physical like live sports, I don't think they've tampered with that just yet.
no. They haven't had that. I think unless the WWE breaks their service somehow, though, I think with the roast of Tom Brady, I would have expected something to go wrong there with that live, and I didn't hear no
I
hiccups from that.
mean, if you count Kim Kardashian getting booed when they brought her out, where they then edited it.
Right. Oh, WWE love edits, right? Like, I gotta wait extra 20 minutes on Peacock. Like, man, I've been trying to go rewatch the whole PLE, bro. Like, you having to sit up and wait. It's all right, though. It'd be worth the wait. Right when we done with the post show, I'll go right back into it. Like, yup. Man. Y'all want to keep with the bloodline. Y'all want to take it back to the top and talk about the rest of the show.
We can touch everything else.
Yeah. It's not doing everything else.
Yo, Pretty Deadly starts off in the ring with Tiffany Stratton. Now, I was really entertained by
Boy,
seeing them together, but the musical aspect, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, for real, like I could have went without that. I guess it makes us want to hate Pretty Deadly more, I guess, but I enjoy them. Like they are talent. They just need a refresh in the gear and the attitude. Gear and attitude.
you didn't enjoy Wade Barrett's very exuberant, ecstatic appreciation for Pretty Deadly the musical.
Man, bro. It sounded so trolled. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't even listening, bro. Like it sounded so troll. And like
That was the purpose.
yeah, so I'm just like I'm watching the screen, but like I'm not letting anything that's coming into my ears register. I'm not digesting it. I'm not consuming it. I'm just visually watching. And then, it's a celebration. Though, let me not gloss over the fact that this was a celebration before we get into everything else. This was a celebration for Nia Jax, who looked wonderful, looked amazing. You know what I'm saying? With all due respect, like she was looking phenomenal. She had 4 gentlemen, I think it was 4, had her carried to the ring as a queen should be carried to the
We'll
ring,
probably see a squash match by the end of the year as well, with one of them at least, maybe.
right? It might have been Mr. Whiny from Raw on there. We Whiny,
I just see homeboys in the back. I saw the two dudes in the front.
man, Whiny might have been out there again. I gotta go rewatch that, see what my man Whiny at. Like, man,
Also, Snake. I don't know if you caught it. I did some research on the boy Whiny.
what's the word with Mr. Whiny over there? Snakes, you remember
Snake,
Whiny
Snake.
from Monday?
My bad, bro. What y'all said again? My fault.
Remember that boy? That boy, Mr. Whiny. That
Yeah,
guy is
yeah,
asking about
Whitey.
Braun.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
oh no,
Whitey.
anyways, with him, he is the current boyfriend of Braun Breaker's ex, Cora Jade.
That's a hell of a title. The current boyfriend of Braun Breaker's ex. Like, we couldn't even
Yep.
announce you without using Braun Breaker's name. That's bad.
Hey, it's a fact. It's facts, though. It's facts.
I don't never want to be announced. That nigga Snake talked to HDX. Like, that's like, come on, B. Like, that's come on, like,
That
wow.
look, that's all Wikipedia had on boy.
Nah, that's
Come on.
crazy. Nah, why the
Nigga Weiner got
Wikipedia
one
put?
punch in. Like, it's crazy.
I was asking, was he carrying Nia Jax today?
Wait, hold up. Wait. Hold on. It just hit. It just resonated. Wait, so they put my man in the ring and got destroyed. Had his girl had to have watched the ex of Braun watch her. Oh, wait, hold up. There's a lot in that. Hold up, there's a lot in that. So the current boyfriend of Braun's ex got destroyed by Braun, barely touched the nigga. That's fucked up. That was a tough night home.
No, no, dude, no. Or was it Braun? Was it who else? Who did he have the match with? That squash match.
I think it was OJ. Was it OJ?
Was it
Odyssey
who?
Jones?
Oh
Oh
shit,
my,
it
yeah,
was
my honestly
Odyssey
does. Yeah,
Jones.
that's
It
right.
was Odyssey Jones. My bad. I done took a mean left and crashed. My fault.
But again, Braun playing the bag saying, "Hunter, let it be me instead. I need this."
Wait, did Braun even have an appearance last week?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Him and Sammy closed out 2 out of 3 falls, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. You're right.
It's just it was a quick match.
Yeah.
But you know, Braun wanted that little squash with Whiny.
Yeah, I'm surprised they had them on the same show. That's funny.
We almost had a Edge and Matt Hardy segment for a minute.
I feel like going back to the Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax is getting her ceremony. This was a big moment for they storyline. Today it took a real
It was interesting.
yes, it took a real big development as to where Nia Jax ain't playing nice no more. This is the Nia Jax I know and love right here. She's like, yo, everybody got to start bowing down to me. She looks over at Tiffany, starting with you. Whoa, we getting things. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't expect Nia to come off the presses hot at like that. Cause we seen her already with the championship for what 2 weeks, SummerSlam day, and then last week we get the backstage segment. So today, ceremony day, she sits, and I don't think that's a smart move by Nia Jax, but it is a power move. Like it's still like letting you know, like yo, I'm here though. Like what I mean?
Here's why it makes perfect sense. What does Tiffany have around her shoulder, against her waist?
Mm-hmm.
Nia wants to know right now which side of the fence she's on. She wants Tim to admit what side of the fence she's on right now. We didn't get that, so like I said, it thickens the plot for that.
Yep, we seen some resiliency there. She kept questioning about me, like you talking to me, like these 2 guys over here, guys can bow down too. Right after this musical, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, they're gonna down with me. And then they went into that little song and dance. So again, we're gonna see some shit with them down the road.
Yep. And it'll be, I'm not gonna lie. Look, I know you said you like the look of them. That's where we going moving forward. Pretty Deadly starts to help Tiffany Stratton capture the championship from Nia Jax.
You wouldn't find it entertaining to watch Nia just due to them where Randy Orton did to the Bollywood Boys about 5 years ago. You wouldn't enjoy that? Thank you. Thank you.
She would absolutely decimate them, and will what
She would kill them.
decimate them. And then we seen them
And
get
we all
physical in the ring.
and on top of that, we seen our boy Tyler Breeze want to do some business with them as well. So could we see the return of Prince Pretty maybe with the Princess and Tiffany Stratton? I don't. I'm just throwing little maybes out there.
That'll be a dynamic for them too. You got a whole new faction right there. Different than
You got Dango and TNA. Maybe get the Fast Police back for a couple times one offs.
now we don't need no more factions, but it is a different than what's going on already. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying
Everybody,
a fact. I'm just saying just maybe just a general alliance. The enemy of the enemy is my friend.
but who would be the enemy for Tyler Breeze? You saying him and Nia Jax has some form of
No. Breeze wants to do some stuff with
pretty
Pretty
deadly?
Deadly,
That's
but
that, yeah.
if they link up with Tiffany, then they'll probably take some licks for Tiffany to maybe cash in or whatever, catch her by surprise. Honestly, with the inclusion of Tyler Breeze, I can see Pretty Deadly making a run for maybe the NXT tag belts, maybe even the Raw potentially, because Raw, especially with not nothing against Finn and JD, but that entertainment based style seems to be more Raw centric, especially with them moving to Netflix.
I'm glad you mentioned NXT because I've been flirting with it. I think you've been open to the idea too. Worlds collide. We've seen Obafemi at Monday Night Raw. We've seen Roxanne Perez tonight on SmackDown. Trick Williams. Now they could just be promoting the channel switches, right? The network switch. It could just be
But there's
simply
always
that.
more than that. It's always more than just that. It's never just that.
Right. It's never just that. You get into people, you get into the fans of Monday nights and Friday nights familiarized
Also,
with these NXT talent.
so we have SmackDown starting September, NXT starting October, correct?
You said September and October.
Yes.
Yep.
And so the first NXT we're gonna have CM Punk. The second one we're gonna get Randy Orton. Now, after Survivor Series, who's to say we don't, or even when Raw goes to Netflix in January, between November and mid January, let's say, who's to say we don't get another draft?
I ain't gonna lie, like I think
Be-
every six
es-
or eight
Especially,
months.
especially since NXT is going to be on its own 2 feet now, since they're part of this multi-billion-dollar deal. Respectfully, that's well earned by them. Let's make them more serious. Let's get them their own little crew, whatever. Yeah, we got the Good Brothers every time to time. We got Meechin there from time to time. We got Punk and Randy going to make a couple one-off appearances because I mean their hometowns respectively. Let's put some more seriousness on NXT. Finally, we've teased it with this in the past. No, they're on the CW. They're going to be able to be viewed by anybody in the country, damn, basically, whether it's our cable or rabbit ears. Let's give them some love too.
And I'm thinking too, back to your trade idea. I also want to see it like they don't have to announce a number, but they could put a high number just so there's wiggle room. Tell us that the both brands have 10 trades per year and you can trade once per month or 12 trades per year. Y'all could trade once a month.
Like how they did with the Superstar Shakeup. After the draft, they get X amount of trades by this month. X amount of
Yeah.
show people can go to this spot right here.
Yep.
Goldie,
Like,
shout out.
right. It could be even like, yeah, lending the superstars, right? It don't gotta be a full blown trade. It could just be like, all right, so every so often we can send, but it's a limit though. We can't do this all the time. It's
But
gonna
again,
get
well, my question is
overcentered.
like, especially with Raw on Netflix, are we going to get some brand exclusivity?
Mm.
We don't know because Netflix basically said that once everyone else's contracts are up, we'll pay extra to bring them on board, but that doesn't mean that we're going to get maybe some brand exclusivity for the time being.
You got some good points there. I think me personally though, the roster is so deep. Like obviously tonight, look, just to get right back into it, you bring back Michin into the fold. Like they was using her every week, and not just
On
every week,
every
multiple
show.
times. Yeah, multiple times a week. And then now she's inserted right back into the mix. How you felt about that? I thought it was pretty cool because they going back, keeping the continuity within the story. As far as her being a serious challenger at this point, I don't see it. But I mean, I'm assuming that match should happen at Berlin, maybe.
Probably. And that'll be a fun match.
Yeah, I feel if they allow her to get some offense in and make it more competitive, then yeah, we could definitely have a. Even if it's not so competitive, Michin's a great talent herself. So
She can hold her own.
yeah. But yeah, she came through. She cleared house with the kendo stick. She started whipping out everybody pretty deadly. She got Tiffany. She started to get her licks in even with Naya too.
Smack the shit out of Nine Side.
Yeah. Started busting her down. I'm like, okay. And we get Naomi, Jade, and Bianca backstage. They hyping up next week's matches. I don't know what they doing with them, bro. I still like I don't understand what's I want them if they gonna run together, then run together. Like it just don't feel like it don't feel like cohesiveness going on too much. It just feels like they just all right, yeah, we need y'all together this week. Like they just randomly
Here's my
went back to that
question:
with them.
why are we getting a triple threat for the tag team championships for the women's on Raw, but we're leaving Jade and Bianca out of that mix? Now, this is my overall issue with the PLE in Berlin as a whole. You could have had the women's tags on the card, the US IC belt on the card, take Cody off, just fine. But no, we're getting the Raw tag title defended next week on Raw, the SmackDown tag title defended next week on SmackDown. Probably before Berlin, we're gonna get Sami Zayn and Jay versus the Judgment Day. Which again, why is that not on the PLE?
Yep. And in that same backstage segment, we get Carmelo Hayes walking by, which I was surprised to see Carmelo Hayes walk right by them. And he invited the three wonderful women to his after party. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be bottles, models. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
And in
why
retrospect,
that?
yeah, I don't know why they did him like that.
Why you gonna do my boy like that?
But in retrospect, though, I'm gonna play devil's advocate now. In that moment, before seeing what transpired later on in the night, I'm like, damn, they played him. Like they had Jay just call out his flaws and all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo,
Andrade's
man,
up 2-0 on you. When she said that, I thought Andrade was gonna get the three-peat. I'm gonna be honest.
man. When she said that, I was just like, damn, she really just shot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, so if you telling me if he did win, you might have slid. Y'all would have slid to the party. Like, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, nah, you ain't no winner. You ain't no winner champ. And I think right there, that moment, though, that's why I say in retrospect, that gave, I'm not going to say that gave him the motivation, but that's the element we see Carmelo Hayes in NXT. He was always with the woman, always chilling in the pools, doing fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? We see in a different light a little bit where he's trying to be in that competitive end of his NXT run, and I think you make him that like he's really into himself like that. Like yo, he's trying to shoot his shots with all the females. That's why you used to say he shoot his shot, don't miss. He don't miss with nothing. So him taking the win tonight was very surprising with Andrade. I thought Andrade was definitely going to get another one up. I see some fake
Pretty
best
good.
of 7 series shit happening with them, bro. Or
Yeah.
it's either that or the culmination. It might happen. Them fighting for that speed title at some point. Like I'm surprised as much as these two have gone at it, that's really not a factor in there, and it doesn't need to be. But it could just be something that Carmelo could say like, yo, you know what? I just beat you, and you're a champion, aren't you?
Where my belt at?
Yeah, they can add to that. And then obviously, like I said, it could be a best of 7 series because Andrade's still up. He still got one on him, so it's 2-1 right now. Or you could just simply make it a best of 5.
Well, even Mel said in a promo, there's best of 5, best of 7. I'm gonna be on top.
Mm. And that's Carmelo's whole thing, right? He's like a sports guy. It falls right in, like the promo should be a layup. It should be a layup. I don't need game 7. I'm packing you up in 5. What?
So when do you have round 4? Bad Blood or another SmackDown?
I'm gonna say this too. I like how at first I didn't like it, but because where we going with it in retrospect, it was clever of them to have Carmelo interrupt Andrade's match last week, so we could get to where we was at this week. Because I feel if they just continue to place them into matches, it would have not hit the same. But at the end of the match tonight, we see Carmelo taunting Andrade. He keeps rubbing it in like, yo, bro, like I won this time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what he's looking for out of Andrade, but he's definitely looking to rub it in that he won, right? Andrade's trying to leave the ring, like, man, I'm out of here. Like, he grabs his arm. Andrade just whoops him out, like, bro, I already lost, bro. I gave you the little, like, yeah, and you still touching me? Nah. Next week, I need to get it. Could be even next week. Next week, I need to get that lick back. And then Carmelo maybe could surprise him again.
Now I'm gonna get a little way right field with this one right now. Could potentially the story rivalry between Melo and Andrade be a possible catalyst to Jade versus Charlotte?
Mm. If they have more interaction with Jade and Carmelo, I could see that.
Because today could have been a very solid Easter egg for that.
I could see that. Again, though, it would be the how will we get there? They got to plant the right seeds, and that's gonna blossom into the right thing right there.
Yeah, because think about it. Bianca didn't reply to Melo, neither did Naomi. It was Jade. So next week we could see Melo tell Jade, "I told you to be on top. Why weren't you at the party?" Or some of that, or maybe they should pull up to the party.
Mm. Or maybe he could gain some more motivation next week, right? Where they have another segment, and she's like, "Well, he still got one more up on you," and he kind of like gives her like a little wink or a nod, like, "I bet."
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
Thanks, so
Planting the
Snake.
little. My guy Snake, you still with us, boy? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know if he's here, if he's not, but he's still here though. He's here in box. But after
Uh,
that, Carmelo and Andrade segment, we head over backstage and we see Tama Tonga with Solo. They exchange their love regards, and then Tama he hands over the Ulafala to Solo Sokoa, and Solo proceeds to say he's gonna rip Roman to shreds. And if Roman takes back the Ulafala, he becomes a tribal chief, and they have to acknowledge him. That's going back to what we was touching upon earlier, where Solo looks directly at Tama and says, "If Roman could take this from me tonight, you have to acknowledge him, and I have to acknowledge him too."
and Tama did not like that in the slightest.
I felt like it was kind of like again, we always say pay attention to detail. He really didn't say nothing much, and he did. If it was like a head nod, like yes, it was like probably like the slightest one I've seen. It was like you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't feel
Mhm.
like too receptive to that. And again, that's why I mentioned about the tone. It kind of seemed like that wasn't in the play. Like Tama Tonga's hearing something like, hold on, I didn't like, but he
It
didn't
came
do
off
that.
as a it came off as like a yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right, like so we had that moment. Oh man, we get Naomi versus Blair Davenport. I'm not gonna
Not a good
lie,
match.
Blair's a
Yeah, good match.
beast. Blair's a beast.
She's getting better too.
The only thing I be feeling bad for Naomi is, and this is like probably a minor thing she can fix, is the wardrobe malfunctions. Like when she's going through some of these malfunctions and she got to constantly fix herself throughout the match. I know it's not like the most easiest thing she probably has to do and think about. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
worrying about all of that in the middle of a match. So I give her props for always when the type of things happen to her, she's just a constant professional, consummate professional. She's getting through the matches without a hitch. It seems like.
just,
And Blair,
just don't turn to Eva Marie, please. Naomi, you're better than that.
yeah, because it seems like she changes her gear quite often. Like at some point, she had the full cover over,
Hmm.
and then she starts
Then it was
revealing, and
over the neck, and then yeah,
so is when she starts to play around with the gear. It's like, okay, maybe
it's a little bit too much, girl.
yeah, you want to be in a safe spot right there. You don't want to get taken off TV or get a fine right there. Get levied a fine for something so minuscule, right? Like 1 second, a 1 second mishap can really cost you out there. Like that's crazy, but that's life. You know what I'm saying? But like you said though, they had a fire match right there. Blair Davenport, she looks so natural out there to me. I feel like she's one of the females in recent memory that they kind of just plugged and play. Insert right from NXT, and she just looks like a star, bro. She looks like she belongs. It doesn't look like she can always add more. Everybody could always add more, right? But sometimes I feel like they bring up some like if I want to give an example, Katana Chance and Caden Carter, they've been
Yep.
around. Why it still feels like they fucking like you're in the learning process. No, no, that's it. That's what we're getting out of them. They great athleticism, great, but character. I'm speaking on character. I strictly see baby face written all over them. And Blair, she just like she gave us that when she gave Naomi a handshake a few weeks ago. I know she got people, had people thinking like she can really be nice, maybe, and then just attack Naomi right behind once she turned her back. I love that. To me, Blair, she's gonna be just fine on SmackDown. And yeah, once it's her time, it'll be interesting to see her in that moment too. You know what I'm saying? Who
I am I am relieved that uh, the Unholy Union didn't interfere in this match again, as we've seen in weeks past. So that was a little refreshing.
And that's Alba Fire them name
Mm-hmm.
with Blair.
Oh
Or
no,
is
no,
it
just
Alba
Alpha
Fire
Fire.
and
Cole's been calling them the Unholy Union, so I assume that's their name.
yeah, it sound about right. They usually been doing that now. Throw names out there and give us the graphics later.
Mm-hmm.
Gives them some time right there. A-Town Down Under. These brothers are still a team by the graces of
But if you noticed, Austin Theory wasn't thrown in the fire this time. It was Mr. Grayson Waller.
yup.
Had the audacity to call Kevin Owens an easy dub.
Man, jaw jacking. Talking
And I
hella
don't know about you,
smack about Kevin.
I thought Kevin Owens was hilarious. It was perfectly fitting of him.
I want to nitpick Kevin Owens for a second because this is something
Go
that
ahead.
always bothered me about his promos. I don't know if he does it strategically, but the whole vibe of like he's stuttering in his promo or like he's trying to find what to say kind of blows minds. I don't know why that part about his promo game smokes my. It feels very lazy. Yeah, I'm gonna just fucking say whatever. Like it's not even really thought out. It's just whatever come to your mind is what you're gonna say.
I kind of get the opposite out of it though. I get to like he's a normal guy. He's so like amped up, got so much energy that his mind is moving 100 miles an hour and his mouth's only moving at 10 miles an hour. Like his body can't physically compute what his brain's trying to tell him. Like what I'm doing right now.
Now, right. So this is what I'm saying. Do you think that's a natural thing for Kevin, or this is more of like a he's strategically doing that?
I think a little bit of both.
Okay.
That's it.
Like
It gives him
I
more.
really enjoy his sarcasm. Like a lot of the stuff he was doing with Jericho and stuff. I like his facial expressions, his body language, the way he responds. But again, like those points, he was funny tonight backstage, but it's just those little like things that I noticed. So I gotta just pay attention to it more because, like you say, it could be a him thing. That's just
You also
how.
want to notice that even much like when him and Sam were tag team champions, how every so often he'd have like a random outburst and say some random shit. So
I
now,
really
I
enjoy
think
too
it works
when
for him.
I really enjoy too when like I don't know if he does it on purpose, but he lets his accent come out and he kind of sounds like Canadian for real.
Well,
I
he's
think
French
that's
Canadian.
yeah. So you feel me? If that sounds more authentic rather than when I hear that speed talk and. But I mean, again, it's nitpicking so because he still be delivering in the ring and on the mic too. It's just one of those nitpicking things right there. But Kevin Owens, he was standing right behind Grayson Waller, right while he's talking that whole time. The only thing, again, I want to nitpick is that they got Kevin Owens' character in this, like he's like in a little funk where he's like, well, I know I've been losing. My win-loss record ain't that good. I don't deserve this. And I got Cody over here talking about I do deserve it. Then I got you over here talking about I'm an easy win. He's like between a rock and a hard place because on one hand, he's admitting I don't deserve this and I've been losing. But then you got another dude that's coming in right in and just shitting on you like, well, you are easy, like, you know what I'm saying? In his eyes, he feels
Well,
he's an easy
again,
win.
even much like when Cody said that he's gonna be the number one contender, he's like looking at him like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Like the same reason you're saying I should be worthy. Go in that locker room, you can find at least half the guys make the same arguments. Like I'm, they're no different from me. Like what? Because I had your back, or whatever. Okay, fine. Yeah, Randy is over at Raw challenge for a belt, but again, I didn't know more than Randy. So again,
And
why
that's
make
why
it? That doesn't make sense.
what version of Kevin Owens is this? Because this ain't the prize fighter. A prize
This
fighter
is
would
something completely different.
yeah, this is friendly Kevin Owens. This is superhero Kevin Owens.
I
This
don't
is
even think it's
crowd
that. It's
control.
just this is a whole different Kevin Owens entirely.
Because prize fighter Kevin Owens, he wanted them champion. He wanted Cena's United States belt while he had the NXT belt. He wanted everything.
He wanted that check.
You feel me?
But now he's at a point where it's like, yeah, we're friends, and I appreciate you choosing me for this, but can you give me a legitimate reason aside from just because?
I'm looking at his body language right now in the ring while he's sitting on the ropes, looking at Grayson Waller's entrance. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this looks like a dejected Kevin Owens. Now, you know what I mean?
Like, why me?
Like, he just looks like he doesn't even want to be in that match. Doesn't want to be fighting for what he's fighting for. So I think it was you that mentioned on the last show, or it might have been Snakes. I think it was you though. If this leads into the Kevin Owens heel turn, like yo, fuck all this.
I said this leads more into Cody turning heel
Mm,
because Cody's called all these shots. He's Mr. Big Shot. He's doing this and this. He's saying and doing whatever he wants. And the moment, whether it's Aldis or Pierce that tries to check him, the first thing out of his mouth's going to be, but Roman did it. But Brock did it. This is mine. I earned it. This is my family legacy right here. You guys took this from my father. This belongs to my family. It's my birthright.
I'm probably hearing shit. I'm probably thinking y'all said something. I hear voices in my head. Randy, come on, get out of there. Nah, but I do think there would be some elements of Kevin Owens. Maybe not so much for that feud itself with Cody, but I would like to see more of a mean streak with Kevin Owens. And if he gets tired of just like all of it, everybody's shit, I think it'd be. And then he could go back to challenging LA Knight. He could go back to the US belt.
I think what'll push Kevin to us get seeing that prize fighter in Berlin is Cody will be on some bullshit. Kevin will be like, what are you doing? And Cody will be like, come on, fight me, and then just like pop him one time. And Kevin, that's when he'll just fire off on Cody. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck are you doing?
yeah, Cody's gonna have to be the aggressor, the instigator, the initiator. Cause I could see the reluctancy. Like I said, Kevin looked like he don't even want to be in this moment. Now I'm not saying career wise, like he want to leave WWE chat. I'm just saying in character, his character looks a little bit like he's been losing. He's been in all these championship matches the past 3 years and came out of there on the bottom side on the short end of the stick.
Or like Grayson Waller says, he's been getting his ass kicked by the bloodline for the last 4 years because Sammy got him in there, Randy Cody got him back in there. But if this is the start of a new persona of KO in general, I'm excited to see where this goes because he's very creative with shit like this.
I could see it leading to Kevin Owens being very pissed off that he got handed out this opportunity. He doesn't look like a handout guy, right? This I just mentioned he's the prize fighter. He sat there and fights for everything that he gets and
Mm-hmm.
earns, and it's his keep. So the fact
So
that
he should be insulted by being given a handout.
right. So I think it's gonna lead to him feeling a bit disrespected, maybe a lot bit disrespected. You know what I'm saying?
What's it? They got a lot to go these next couple weeks.
I also see a situation where, like, let's say you got Randy and Kevin Owens on the same card, right? Depending on the order of the match, whatever. Kevin Owens just goes, and it don't even got to be on this pay per view. It could be if they spin the block again. Randy got to save Cody from Kevin. Yo, what the hell you doing? We was just helping this kid fight the bloodline. Now Randy and Kevin get into a program. It's a few different ways. That might not be the most favorable thing, but it'll keep both of them busy for the meantime. If they're not to walk out of Berlin as champions.
I don't see Randy being. I mean, I don't. Randy Gunter. That's a strange one to me right now. Like as far as who walks out of that one. I mean, yeah, Gunter's the whole time guy. That's. I'm almost certain it's going to be the main event, but I mean, you really like we really gonna take the belt off of Gunther this quick? I mean, yeah, I get it's Randy Orton, but you're gonna all that work these last years with Gunther.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
be
piss that
honest.
away now?
Randy just signed a new 5-year deal. You can give him 3 or 4 championships in 5 years, like barring, let's say, take away injuries. Let's not wish bad upon
At
anyone.
least 5 years.
At least 5. We don't need to rush this month. We don't need him to be breaking records in this year, the next year. It could wait a little second. Especially this is Cena's retirement tour. What if Randy? What if Cena gains a belt and Randy takes it off Cena? I mean, we like
What if Randy takes it off of Cody? Because like I said before, we've never gotten Randy versus Rock. Now you guys have talked about what if Roman being the or Rock being the puppet master that he is. What if Rock called the shots, stating that the elders dubbed him a tribal chief, whatever, because he has the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Championship around his waist. He's the boss. He's the guy with the belt.
he made wrestling cool again.
Why not define a boss as the tribal chief? Now, I'm not saying Rock Roman needs a belt per se, but again, that could be how we get back to Rock versus Cody. Get that murder match squared away while Roman does his own thing aside from the bloodline, whatever. There's a lot we can go with this.
My thing is too. Remember, you mentioned this, and it's still there. When are we gonna acknowledge The Rock as the High Chief? Or when does he play into the High Chief?
Because he, like I said, royalty's been in his blood. So that could be a strong case as well. And like I said, that could culminate should we get Randy versus Rock for the belt.
I don't see like a world where The Rock, he's the final boss, like we've been saying. So to me, any story which you put him as the end game, it makes sense for me, because especially now knowing he's actually at the head of the table of TKO. He's everybody's boss for real.
Let's go further down that rabbit hole real quick. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but The Rock has never beaten Brock Lesnar either. Rock
And they
Rock dropped the belt to Brock.
mm-hmm.
Brock sent The Rock
seen,
back into Hollywood.
they only went once, right? Or twice?
Yeah,
Once.
I think it was once, and that was for the belt, and that's when Rock went off to Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still on the table too, potentially.
And I mean, sidebar, we got, and it's nothing related, but we got Austin mentioning he wants to come for Vegas 41.
Did you see that picture, Austin? I sent you.
Man, I was on
OG
it. Man, my
looking
bad,
fucking.
fellas, man. I was on this crazy.
You are good, Snake.
What's good, man?
So real quick. So before we get kind of real quick, so we touched on quite a few things, but one thing I want to ask you guys real quick: do you guys happen to catch that picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin next to his 4-wheeler?
Nah.
Yeah,
Yoked
jacked
as
up.
fuck. Yoked.
I don't need to see Stone Cold coming out looking like Scott Steiner, bro. I don't want to see that.
He might come out looking like Chris Benoit with no fucking neck. But anyways, what brought Stone Cold up was leading up to Cody and KO. My prediction is Cody gonna be on some bullshit, and like I said before, we're gonna see the seeds planted of Cody's imminent heel turn. HD touched on what if Randy tries to hit Cody. What you doing? This is our boy right here. We backed you up when you was in your bullshit, and ultimately, instead of Randy dethroning Gunther, Randy dethrones Cody, which then potentially could segue into for the first time ever, we may get Randy Orton versus The Rock. Rock then beats Randy. Rock then has the rematch 20 years later versus Brock. Rock beats Brock. Then, as on the road to either getting Rock versus Roman or Rock versus Cody, we get Rock and Austin one final time. Because Steve Austin said he has one match in him, and he's up for just one match.
You think they could make up from WrestleMania? Have Stone Cold come back this year?
He wants to.
Hey,
If he can,
he ain't top from Vegas either. I can promise you that.
I think it got to come down to more than money for Stone Cold. You got to be watching it and really want to, you know what I mean? You got to feel that, you know what I mean? Nah, I want to be a part of this. You know what I mean? It can't just be about the money.
Yeah, but again, Vegas is a short drive for him. There's so much history that could be spawning amongst Vegas on top of that because after Vegas, SummerSlam will be a 2-night event as well. You got Netflix in full force. Can you imagine the Texas fucking Rattlesnake unhinged Monday Night Raw on Netflix? You fucking kidding me?
Stone Cold is one of those guys, and he treats himself as one of those guys as he should. I don't really blame him for, like Snake said, when Stone Cold show up, you know, like he not being disrespectful when he say, "Yo, me and my wife had plans, and I can't show up to WrestleMania." He not being disrespectful. Me and my wife had stuff going on.
But like I said, you told him now, hey, a year in advance, we're gonna be in Vegas. Vegas is a whoop-de-whoop car ride for you, or we'll fly you down. And this is Rock calling and telling him, "Come on, hey, me and you, one last time. It's Vegas."
And the other WrestleMania appearance he did was a layup because they had it in Texas. So it was like, they needed him there for that. These, like you said, need to be thought out. Like, how are we going to really use him and make the most out of having Stone Cold at WrestleMania versus The Rock or any superstar for that matter? But you know what I'm saying? He didn't put Kevin Owens over. So if I'm still Steve Austin again,
or what if it's not the Rumble? What if it's not Mania? What if it's the Rumble in Indianapolis? Regardless, come January, the second we hear that glass shatter, whoo! Oh wait.
That'd be a nice way to set it up too. A little different. Instead of
having him
show up at WrestleMania, like that's the only time we seen him.
When was the last time on a TV screen, uncensored, we saw Austin with the double birds? It's been a minute. It's been a long time.
Facts. When I went to the last Raw, he was doing these.
Yeah.
The closed fist, yeah.
And what's coming up? He gonna go back to this.
Let me see what else we had. Oh yes, and Kevin Owens. Right after that segment, man, you know, R.I.P. to Alpha. They showed us that beautiful package that they had for him, that video tribute. Awesome work by WWE to do that in a timely fashion. We got into the Kevin Owens Grayson Waller match. You know, another good showcase for them right there. Kevin Owens get the victory. Cody comes out for the save. That's the part I don't like that I'm telling you Kevin Owens ain't going to like either. Stop treating me like I'm some handout. Like, yeah, I helped you, bro, with the bloodline. I don't need your help with Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, bro.
I'm Kevin Owens. I'm saying I'm no fucking charity case.
Yeah, bro. Like, stop, Cody. Right now, stop your shit. Because it ain't going to turn out well for you, bro. You're about to unlock something. I think that's why, for me, it's supposed to be more entertaining that way.
So, what are the chances that match ends in a referee stoppage with Cody going a little overboard on KO? Because he obviously wants to draw that out of KO. Because again, he sees that Roman got away with X, Y, Z, so he feels like he has to prove that he's on that same wavelength.
See, my thing about Cody is he can win matches, but I don't look at him like he'll beat the shit out of somebody kind of person though. Now, if you're telling me this is a no disqualification match, then yeah, he can stair steps
No,
with the champ.
I'm talking some shit. So say like Cody catches him with a good shot. KO's either on the floor, just staggered, just dazed, or up against the corner, and Cody's ignoring the referee, just going off or whatever. Like he has to prove this to the world that he's as dangerous as the tribal chief was, and that's what like how we get the spawning of Cody with the slick black hair, the heel Cody, to where I'm telling you I'm on this level. I'm showing you on this level. It was fine when he did it, but now that I'm doing it, it's a problem.
That's I mean, that's gonna be that character turn right there. That'll be a different development for his character arc. Like he gonna have that shadow looming over him. Am I really as great as Roman? I hear what people saying online. I see it. I'm not deaf. I'm not blind. It can be something right there.
Now, as I saw from the ratings last week, Cody's segment did do better than Roman's by a good margin, so he's got that. But like we touched on when Roman first came back, this is the test for Cody. Is he really the guy? How can he get himself to that next level to solidify that when we do have that rubber match, they're on equal footing instead of it being like this, teeter totter? Because we know Roman's already up here. What can Cody do to get himself to that level, or as close to?
In my opinion, what I've seen tonight in terms of story, nothing happened with Kevin Owens and Cody that made me feel like, oh my God, I can't wait to see that match. Roman and Solo, on the other hand, was done with the bloodline, makes me invested. Ask mad questions. I'm not asking no questions with Cody and Kevin Owens. There's no like. I'm sorry to say that, but am I really sorry? Nah, I'm not. It's been said.
Now, to your point, this could be by design. Like we said, like Cody, like I said, he's trying to show the world that he is on equal footing with Roman Reigns in that 1,300 plus day reign. He is as good as Roman Reigns. He beat Roman Reigns. You guys wanted me as champion, and you thank me by doing this. Now we could see some little callbacks to Stardust, I presume, but we're gonna see or some on lines of a Dashi Code rules to where, like much with the beef of Rey Mysterio, like you did this to me, you did this to me internally, therefore you must suffer.
I'm gonna be honest. I think SmackDown needs another superstar. If you're trying to keep Cody away from the whole bloodline stuff, you need an imposing superstar because for Cody to say, "Oh, I want to face the best," right? Even if Jacob is hurt, right? That's probably the most dominant person on. You can even give. Well, he beat Solo, but you could, in terms of dominance, you want to challenge. You really want to challenge yourself. You challenge Jacob. He's challenging Kevin Owens. Now we know Kevin Owens could go, but it's like
So we rolling out Randy already, or what?
Randy's contending for Gunther. So that's what I'm saying. In that moment of when he selected Owens, that was my issue. Like, damn, this is how you remove Randy. Now you got to go Kevin Owens.
Now I know you guys aren't gonna want to hear this one, but what about Logan Paul?
Cody did that already. Now a spin back would be
Yeah,
entertaining.
but not for the World Heavyweight Championship,
Was it?
or
It
was
was.
it?
Yeah. It was supposed to be a double title match, and then Logan
That's right.
said, "No, not for my U.S. belt. Read the
But
contract, Cody."
only why I say Logan Paul is they got a Saudi show, one more Saudi show at the end of the year. So
I'm
that's
not
why I'm
gonna
throwing
lie
his name
too.
in that hat.
Cody needs to be tested in the factor of one of those big multi-man matches, but it gotta make sense. Like it gotta be a fatal four of really winner take all.
Or would it would it be too detrimental to Cody if you send Punk to SmackDown? I'm asking both of you this.
Nah,
Snake, how you feel?
I think you sent Punk to SmackDown. You don't even
Because
have to
think
send
about
him.
it, you already got to deal with Roman. You send Punk over there, and if Punk challenges Cody,
Cody
Cody,
wins.
I think, oh fuck no,
Cody
I
wins.
think he crumbles.
You think so against CM Punk?
I think he crumbles under the pressure. Now he might win the overall series, but round one for the belt, Punk catches him slipping because, like I said before, Cody he's trying to prove to the world that he's on equal footing with Roman. So far he's been struggling. It took, let's be honest, for aside from the solo stuff, it took Roman coming back for us to be more eager to watch SmackDown.
Yeah.
The AJ stuff flopped. Uh, what else did he have? The solo stuff was what it was, but the AJ stuff could have been special, but that was a bad sign for him. Now, again, you might have something with Randy there. I still think Randy beats him in the one-on-one, but aside from that, it's like I said before Mania, the problem with Cody is there's no real heels on SmackDown. Now, you could turn Cody heel, which would make it interesting. You go back to like the dashing Cody Stardust borderline style of guy, but I don't I don't see him walking in the rematch with Roman as champion. I just don't see it. I see Roman getting that belt when Cody is the challenger.
I don't know. I always felt like The Rock was gonna either take the belt from Cody or cost him. Because I feel like like time can change everything. Like Cody not being so hot no more could change. The Rock's wanna tangle with him, but if The Rock decides to go back to Cody, I think that's the layup right there. Like you either
Or
cost
again,
him
when
or get it from him.
on that thought, like I said, say Randy beats Cody, Rock beats Randy. If we don't get Brock versus Rock, what if we get Cody and Rock?
We're still getting there. So I mean, as long as we get to the main destination,
Then that could be the Mania match potentially.
I can't say that completely, but like if it makes sense and it keep making sense, then we could have went a little left real quick.
Well, they said they got options. Not very fulfilling or not fulfilling, not really convincing options, but there's options.
And then look at how for me, I'm just looking at my notes and so what I said about the segment and what mattered more and what was doing more. Right after that Cody save, they go backstage, and then we see Solo Sokoa hand over the Ulafala to Tama, right? And now Tom is
Hmm.
placing it around his neck. That was giving me vibes. Just that. Not Cody in the ring trying to take out Theory and this former tag team champions. While he's supposed to be beefing with Kevin.
It just shows what folks actually care about right now.
Yep.
Yeah, what Cody's doing is fine, but it's just fine.
And no, and it's like what they always love to say. It's the stories are supposed to make us feel, right?
Hmm.
Up until pay-per-view day, I'm sorry. I think Cody needs to fix how he cuts his promos too. Like, I think he tried to make that slow, methodical, what do you want to talk about, like really a thing. And
I'm
I
glad
think,
you brought that notion up. Instead
yeah,
of saying, what do you want to talk about? Say next Friday he switches up to, do you know what I want to talk about?
right. Just that in itself, right there, what you just said, is enough for me to be like, okay, what is he about to
Because,
talk about?
and Cody could say, I don't see how Kevin Owens is reluctant to have a title match. Back when we were coming in the business, folks would kill to have a match with the world champion. He should want to fight me. I'm the top of the food chain. I'm the undisputed heavyweight champion. How like I'm offended he doesn't want a title match.
It completely changes the setting of the tone for the promo if you come out like that. Instead of
It
saying,
changes
what
the
do you
entire
want to,
dynamic of the match.
yes. Instead of the cool, calm, methodical, what do you want to talk about? And kind of asking the fans that, like, no, you tell them what we're talking about, what you want to talk about, what's on your mind. That shit is gonna hit so much more. Because I've gave it a chance since I really enjoyed it in AEW. I thought it was different. I never seen nobody cut a promo like that, like
It
kind
was
of
different.
breaking the fourth wall a little bit, like talking directly to the fans. And then now it's kind of like, yeah, years later, it's still
I mean, I won't say that it's overdone, but now is probably the perfect time to switch it up because again, when ultimately Cody's aiming his sights at the rubber match with Roman Reigns. Now, like I said, we all know ain't nobody gonna fucking boo the Tribal Chief when they have that match. So, and you never want to have two baby faces in there. So Cody got to bite the bullet, and I hate to say it, he's going to have to stop kissing babies. You're gonna have to piss some people off. You have to drop them nuts on the table and let them know you bought that business.
yeah, you got to be salty at the fact that you're the Universal Champion, undisputed Universal Champion, and the crowd still chanting, "We want Roman." A
That too.
SmackDown. You guys don't even appreciate the fact that y'all wanted him dethroned. I dethroned him for y'all. And the very next
And the
SmackDown
next
after
day, you
Mania,
want him back.
yeah, the very next SmackDown after Mania, you chanting, "We want Roman."
We want Roman.
He got to be like add them little elements in there. Because again, it go back to what I was saying. I see what y'all saying online. I hear it. I'm not insane. I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like the realism, this is what I feel this WWE or just wrestling in general is it's reached the realism era. So it's okay when they add these aspects like we don't gotta retweet who said what, but if majority's people community's been saying this, the wrestling community's been rejoicing and nobody's been happy about the run. And I wouldn't say they're not completely happy. It's just they feel things could be a different way. I'm pretty sure there's
The
some people that love Cody that Cody can't do wrong for them. Cody Rhodes could do no wrong.
this is gonna sound disrespectful, and quite frankly, it is what it is. But the Cody crybabies are now becoming repenters for Roman.
Yeah. Fickle. I ain't gonna lie, that was the best wrestling phrase, underrated too. Fickle. Fickle.
I
That's
thought you go with Cody crybaby.
that's genius. But fickle is the perfect way to explain the fans, bro. Fickle. I'm telling you, because that explain everybody always jumping sides in terms of and it's okay to like this person based on like, okay, yeah, he changed, so I don't really like he went babyface. I don't really like this character arc for him. I'd rather him heel. It's okay to have those preferences. But if you just clamored for somebody to be off television, to not be champion, and then the very next episode, y'all want him as champion or just want him
Well,
back, this is crazy.
allow me to play devil's advocate for that fan base. Roman had done so, on one side. Roman had done so much where there was nothing more that he could do. But again, as a SummerSlam, he would have passed Hogan for the all-time list. I forget where Pedro Morales was, but he was still a good couple years from breaking Bruno's top record. But he would have passed Hogan by now at least. On the flip side, yes, Cody finished the story. He's had 4 months to. Now, this is the same remarks we make towards AEW at times. Elevate yourself. Differentiate yourself from the pack, from the regulars. Cody has had 4 months to elevate his character, elevate himself. He's still the same guy. And much like what Roman Reigns heard back in 2015 by John Cena, when Roman has that face-to-face with him, it's going to be as quoted by John Cena. I'm still here because you can't do your job. You said you were the guy. You said you could do this, take to the new heights. You ain't done a goddamn thing. And folks wanted to give you that chance, and you kept being the same stagnant guy. Me, I'm so damn good at my job, I just show up and I pop a number. People hear I'm in town, instant sellout. Cody, you are not on my level. You never were on my level. I let you breathe in my world, in my kingdom, and this is what you do with it.
Man, it's gonna be heavy when they find. It's a lot of shit that everybody got unfinished business. It's gonna be real heavy when everybody gets to it.
And like I said, you don't have to get to the Deadline Mania. This is all these stories or whatever. This is potentially at least 2 to 3 WrestleManias if you let shit breathe.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes. That's why I'm keep looking off over here. I'm
You
looking
good?
at the Santos Escobar scene was next after like they did the behind the
Now
scenes
the match is the video package.
the video package.
I fucking love that video package.
I just don't like the whole C, like the C emulating the year is giving me Del Rio vibes. But the whole visual of them sitting there,
So
Santos is definitely A1 at that character. What he doing?
let me ask you this: what's the similarities between Alberto Del Rio and Santos Escobar?
The fucking
They're both
C.
aristocrats. They about the money. Like where they're from in their respective villages and their respective provinces of Mexico, they are the guy. They are about the money. So when he replicates LA now with whatever, he's ready to prove to LA now why he is that dude.
And you know what's crazy?
And they will be
Goes to
chanting
Roman.
Escobar C.
You know what's crazy? When Del Rio was on that time too, they had him winning when he was on his C shit. He was like C, C, C. Took the whole Danny Bryan. I think I ain't gonna lie. I think I could be wrong here. What if Santos shocks LA Knight and ends that run real quick?
That's what I got my money on.
I'm not gonna lie. I think like seeing LA Knight come out 2 weeks with the belt is one of those situations where we wanted him to have a championship so bad for what? Not to say it, but it just they gave you music. It was cool last week. This week it didn't really. I don't want to say hit the same, but the presentation last week felt like it hit more because it was new, something new. Oh, they changed his colors. They added some more stuff to his song. Oh, wow, the championship presentation. But looking at it again this week,
it's still the same guy. Now,
yeah.
again, this is good. This is going to sound very disrespectful. I don't care. Cody, LA Knight, it seems like they're suffering from Johnny Gargano syndrome. Characters are borderline monotone. It's the one layer. That's all it is. It's either you rock with it for life, or you may get a little worn out from time to time. It's still good, but good isn't great. Good isn't amazing. Good's just good.
For damn sake, too, the man slipped on the ropes his first week as champion coming out. Like LA Knight, when he's trying to go do his corner taunt, slipped on the damn ropes. They ain't even have him go to the ring this week. Nah, stay at the damn stage.
Sit your old ass right over there.
You don't need to be all right. If you're in a match, all right, you can do that. But just to go cut a promo, you can stand at the stage, man. And I think LA Knight's work has been like his best work has been when you pushing the envelope, right? You really, I think the him cutting ass, to him like being slick with his remarks. I really enjoy when he's challenging, like when he was talking his shit to the Undertaker, to Bray Wyatt, like when he's fighting that uphill battle. That's the low. I was gonna call him Logan Paul. That's the LA Knight. Damn, everybody does that with with LA Knight. They either mix it up when they're trying to say Logan Paul, they say LA Knight. I just did it in reverse or something. But yeah, LA Knight. I think we kind of say it too. The chase is often better than the contention.
And also with LA Knight having a specific style of promo, how do you elevate that style with someone like a Santos or Andrade without coming off like how MJF has been lately in AEW, or like how JBL was,
Yep.
or even a Dutch Mantel when he was leading Jack Swagger in We the People.
And I mean, even from what Santos said, he called him trailer park trash. So, he could, if they let him tippy toe to, he could probably say some clever shit.
Again, I'm curious to see how they're going to get there, but
I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like that, I need a more edgier LA Knight. Like the like you said, it's kind of like he's doing the old MJF. I'm better than you, and you know it without saying it. It's kind of like you just talking down.
no, I'm talking like how, like, again, like how do you go that extra step that we know we can get you in this instance without bringing up like the borderline racial stuff?
Yep. And that's why it's hard with him, because he kind of talks down right now where he's at. Like he's talking down to some of these guys. Like you see him talking to Carmelo Hayes, like like you
and
don't
he's supposed to be a babyface,
right? So I don't know. Like already, it's been weird to not see him in the match. Like okay, yeah, I know we gotta. I've said this before with a champion. I feel like they need to earn the. Like you can't have the champion out there every week just because it's the United States Open Challenge and we're gonna defend this every week. But okay, while they're doing that, can we at least
not everybody's John Cena.
Yeah, like can we see you do a warm-up match at least though? Like
not everybody is Seth Rollins. Not everybody is Kevin Owens. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm talented, but again, there's levels to this.
Like if I want to see my champion, I feel like I'm not seeing nothing right there out of LA Knight. But moving on, we get Chelsea Green, Piper Niven backstage. They coming at Meech and what they call it, Hamimi.
Something like that.
They going to tell her that they was gonna go do the same thing Michin just did. She said, "What?" I don't know why. Like, I really enjoyed that. Like, I felt like Michin was really being herself right there. Like, what? Yeah,
Like
all right.
that's crazy.
Right. She's like, what? So I thought that was cool. She gassed him. She did a pump fake. Like, yo, doing what I just did. I just got a championship match against Nia Jax. They start to storm into Nick Aldis's office. I really didn't though. And then right after that, Nia Jax on the attack. Bow. You know what's funny? After Nick Aldis came out the office, I thought he was gonna announce the match right there. Like, you know what? You two in a match next week or something. But he just said, "No,
After that ass whooping, I don't know. It might be a couple weeks.
yeah,
She gonna need more than ice to put on the wounds.
man." But yeah, Nia Jax put out Michin just for that attack she did on her earlier. Then we get into some fun
No,
stuff.
it was for that single candlestick shot.
Yeah, oh baby, had that receipt coming. Had that. The fun match. I think this is my best match of the night. Let me look at my. Yeah, I think that was the best match of the night right there. The number one contenders match, Street Profits, DIY. I thought this match wasn't. I don't want to say. I know they got the right components in the match. I wasn't sure they was gonna have the right people win.
You were worried that we're gonna get DIY versus Bloodline again, huh?
Especially the false finishes were phenomenal. Dawkins, I think his stock rose just again in terms of like, if I'm looking at like, if I'm bringing up overall, right? Like if I'm making my next WWE game, his resiliency just went up.
I'm telling you, Dawkins must have watching the damn show, hear all the shit I've been talking about him lately.
Because
Because he was on it today.
on it, like I think he, if I'm not
Like, Doc,
mistaken,
this is the guy we wanted to see for fucking years. Be that guy from this moment forward.
aside from that bullshit that Montez Ford and Johnny Wrestling did in the beginning of the match, where they, were countering each other moves and had the stare down, the good old sequence. I feel like I see more of Dawkins throughout the whole, or like that's what I remember. Dawkins getting all the work in. Like,
To me, I forgot about that. I thought it was all Dawkins just cleaning houses, being him. Because again, we know Tez can work. We know Johnny's pretty clear in the ring, but we wanted to see Docs, not the Street Profits. We wanted to see Docs put in work.
you know what spot really concerned, and I'm glad it was a false finish because that one moment where Montez Ford is just running like an asshole to Johnny Wrestling, like and then gets flipped over the top rope. I was like, nah, not
Yeah,
like that, bro.
yeah, that was a little sus right there. That's what it was like. Gargano probably looked at Ciampa. Ciampa said, "I told you, it was stupid. That was a bad idea."
Bro, I was like, nah, not like that, man. And
And Bianca watching it probably take earrings off. Say, "I'm gonna go kill this man. I'm gonna go kill my husband right now." How
yeah,
dare you, stupid ass, give me a heart attack with this bullshit?
took flight for that. Like, I'm like, nah. And then Dawkins, that's what I'm getting. His resiliency went up for me. The rating on the resiliency went up. He's kicking out of, their finishers, their finishing moves, tag team finishes. I'm like, nah, this is crazy.
When was last? Now, not counting what the stuff in the last few months with the Bloodline, but when was last time, whether it be them or FTR, someone now again, not counting the Young Bucks either. Have you ever seen someone kick out of the Shatter Machine?
That's why I was convinced it was
No.
over, especially
Maybe
Dawkins.
American Alpha NXT.
Like, I'm not saying people just be pinning Dawkins clean, but I'm not really seeing him kick out of finishes like
Usually
that.
he's the fall.
Yeah, like, so it was dope though to see the Street Profits come out on top. I don't think that they're winning next week unless There's always the unless. There's other factors, but I can't see. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see it because with Roman, like
I
Snake said
don't see it
earlier,
either.
with Roman not being announced and Roman not planting those seeds, I don't see nobody coming to try to
No.
just peace.
Yeah.
Crazy, was good, crazy.
I'm just more salty that this match is going to be on SmackDown, not the PLE.
I feel like
That's
they've been doing that with them and that title. I haven't seen the tag team championships contended on the PLE in a minute. I could be
right.
wrong. I feel like they've been keeping that as like a TV thing.
Maybe Mania. Maybe last time.
And it's been both of them.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like
That
people
ladder
keep
match might have been the last. That ladder match might have been the last time the tag titles were defended on the PLE.
that's tough.
Like, come on now. I mean, again, we're going Freebird rules, and Jay can't get on that flight to Germany. You got two more guys in the bloodline. Come on now.
See, that spot will mean more though for the profits than the bloodline. I feel like the bloodline could just like remember that time where we was like, yo, they don't got blood. I think it was France. They didn't have bloodline on the actual
They
card,
weren't on the card at all.
and then they came and fucked with Cody at the end of his match, right?
Uh
Or they just looked at him or whatever. It was something. But they still found ways
huh.
to put them on the PLE, like you know what I mean? Like so I'm not too concerned with it. But for a team like the Street Profits, I haven't seen them on the PLE in a while. Again, maybe what WrestleMania?
The ladder match.
Yeah.
But again, like for a show like this, with this being obviously for the crowds or whatever, again, I'm gonna say something blue in the face. Code and KO get that match the fuck off the PLE. It has no business there. Get the other titles on that show.
I'm not
I'd,
gonna
I'd
yeah.
much, I would much rather see the big three that match that we're getting next week on the PLE than Cody versus KO.
Nah, we need
This
that.
is where you let other stories breathe and have their moments to elevate. Not some same fucking bullshit from the goddamn merry-go-round.
I'm just over here trying to think of like what fresh matchups could you bring from NXT or Raw
Maybe,
for Cody?
hold on, real quick from the Raw side. This is where you could have one more match between, or say you could have AOP versus Coke and Odyssey Jones. Cross does some interference, some bullshit. That's maybe where we finally get what's turning on Kofi. Now, hopefully, we get that this Monday. But again, that'd be a show where you could do that. Um, maybe you could do Nia versus Michin and say have Tim try to cash in, pin Michin for the belt, something like that. Maybe.
I think it was yesterday or the day before. Xavier Woods had posted like a gif of Bronson Reed doing the tsunami splash to Seth Rollins. Yeah, I was surprised he posted that. I'm like, is that how he feel for real? Like, that's how you really feel? Like, all right,
He
then let it
might.
out. Let it out, then.
But again, there's other stuff that they're gonna put that I felt would have been much better than the Cody KO match per se.
Nah, yeah, I'm not a
That
fan
would
of
make
that.
that would make the show more must see, in my opinion.
And the fact that Cody got to like drive this out of Kevin Owens is not helping the situation anymore because it feels like now you're trying to really sell this to me, bro. Like, I already said I'm good. Y'all keep trying to sell this to me, like I don't know, but the Street
Trying,
Profits,
trying to try, they're trying to squeeze juice out of a rock, and it can't happen.
yeah, the Street Profits. I don't see them coming out on top. Now we spoke on this. We opened the show with this, but we got the moment of the night. Solo came out. I don't know if he was always spitting out water like Triple H, but
That might be something new, to be honest.
shit was fire though. Cause just like Triple H's entrance, the lights get dark, the spotlight is on him. He has like a yellow, so it gives the little different ambiance. Remember Triple H, he'll have like the multicolors going off. So and then he got right to business. The Olafala was around his neck. Again, we seen Solo come out today in his ring gear, opposed to weeks prior where he's coming out in the suit. I kind of enjoyed him coming out like this, like the suit. Kind of like it's cool sometimes, but
Well,
like
also remember this time, he's ready for a fight this time.
I think the suit shit is a little bit overrated when Jacob just came in and said, "Yo, I don't even need to wear a suit, bro." I haven't seen him wear. The only time I seen him wear a suit is when they photoshopped his face on a suit for SummerSlam, for the SummerSlam picture. That's the only suit I seen
But
him wear.
I did like this touch because again, this shows that like Solo, he kind of knew some shit was gonna happen. So again, he gonna come battle ready.
Yeah, yup.
And and I know just jump ahead real quick. What we saw with that little comments with Solo and Roman, to me, that's what bloodline roles should be. They both come out. Whoever's in the family, just stand back. Just let them do their shit. Whoever gets knocked out gets knocked out. That should have been tribal combat.
See, like that was, to me, I'm looking at it again. It was more like a Uranagi he did, but I guess a rock bottom Uranagi, they all kind of the same, just variations. It's like a stunner and a cutter. You land on your back, you land on your butt, but both
But
grab.
but
Like
the way Roman had hit it, if Graves had called it a rock bottom, would you have been mad at it?
no, because I feel
I,
like
I, I know, I know we're pulling hairs with it, but
I mean, look. The thing is, right? Yeah, I guess if you're a person that pays attention to detail, yeah, that'll peeve me a little bit. That's like, trying to say the rock bottom is the bookend or some shit. Like, come on, bro. Or just trying to call something that is not, like trying to call the RKO a
I
stunner.
mean, the book and the rock bottom are basically the same move, anyways. But that's neither here or there.
But so is the Uranagi. It's just the landing points, right? Like bookend, he lands on his knee. The rock lays flat out. The Uranagis, they don't just land at
You're
all. They
standing up.
yeah. But the under the arm lift, I think the Uranagi might even be the rock bottom and the Uranagi. The bookend is kind of like you killing the impact with landing on your knees.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Like it could have the same force, but I don't know. The rock bottom is like I'm coming down flat with you. The Uranagi, you could bring them back as far as you want, kind of with the rock bottom and bookend, but just the landing of the knees for the bookend. But yeah, I don't know. I would have
Yeah,
not been
Roman
excited.
had that. Roman used put his little flexibility as far back as he possibly could. He want to get as much torque from that slam as possible.
No, and to some people, like my wifey had mentioned, oh, he did the Rock's move. So when I looked, I didn't see him land, and I was like, "What, the Uranagi?" She's like, "Nah, the Rock's move." I said, "What, the Rock bottom?" She's like, "Yeah." So to some people, it might not even fucking matter. Like you could just pass it on, like you know what I'm saying?
But also, I think last time Roman did that, Cole might have called it the rock bottom. I could be wrong on that, but I think they have referenced that as a rock bottom too a couple times in the past.
I think when he did it, facts. Yeah, I'm still over here. Look,
Good.
I see Jacob right now attacking him. Like, and it's crazy, right? Like, this work right here, what I'm watching is phenomenal because you don't want to question somebody's injury, but come on, this is fucking professional wrestling, right? Anything could be a work. We come from the era where they used to put the brace around the neck and make it seem like Tony Khan was at the Jacksonville Jaguars with the brace around. Come on, man. Like, Let them work. If they working, they working. Like what he doing though, he don't look hurt. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what kind of hurt that is, but bro, that shit don't look hurt to me.
Or it's one of those
You a
you're
real
a- you're
freak.
you're able to move like that. Where in that, damn.
Like you must have caught a real stinger, or like it's all a play if there is something there, but it's not. It's not like you can't work. He out there working. Like yeah, he's either a freak athlete or you know what I'm saying
Oh,
because
he definitely a freak athlete.
yeah, like that, like doesn't get hurt that often. Because again, we've seen just to bring it to basketball, one of my favorite references, we've seen Giannis Antetokounmpo take that bad leg injury in the playoffs where his leg went back and he went on to win the championship that same year against Phoenix. Right, but I think it's all like it was a play to get them apart that day, and it's set up for today. Now I
Hmm.
think next week the boot is gonna be off. I just imagine too. What if it added aesthetic to this shit today? Like he's like, yo, he could have went with the boot off, right? But yo, I could do this shit with the boot on.
Like, really? You can? Bet.
Like there's not a, you know, when people start grimacing, you see the pain on their face. I didn't see an ounce of that. He's still standing tall right there with the Roman looks hurt. The Roman that was just standing tall in front of Solo and Tama Tonga is now laid out hurting. Roman did a great job too, selling everything Jacob did. Like every time Jacob executed something, you just see like the lights are on, but nobody's home with
Yep.
Roman.
Like, goddamn, this shit really hurt.
Like, yeah, I mean, I think that was phenomenal. They did they love taunting Roman with the shield bomb. Always, that's like you said, that's anything done with the shield is done to fuck with him.
Because they know on side that gets under the skin.
Mm-hmm. Because you could just make up in a whole nother 3-man move, right? Or just do something else. We know what they're going back to.
Yeah, every time we see the shield bomb, we know it's completely to piss him off.
Mm-hmm. I want to say this SmackDown was definitely better than last week's. That's one.
Most def.
Um, music segments, no more music. Like unless y'all gonna have real talented people out there, but you can't like make it real good. Like it was a few times where I don't know if they like if they were singing over something that was pre-recorded, but the audio sounded a little like to me
Nah,
at my
fuck that.
end.
Do it again. Do it again.
No, I tell you what, if they pre-record it, I'm for it because it'll come out cleaner. Live
Fuck
though,
that. Do it again. Do it every week.
oh
Make him
brother, no,
learn of it.
brother, no. I'm not going to lie. Like it was tough to the first 15 minutes of SmackDown to open up like that. Like I'm gonna be honest, if I went into that SmackDown and there was no bloodline shit going on tonight, I would have mailed it in. I'd have mailed it in. Chat.
Do it again. Just don't open the show with it.
Yeah, like right. 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes for that.
And the 15 minutes is fine. Just not the opening 15 minutes.
Man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was gonna lead to a cash in right then and there. Or attempt
That
at
would
least.
that would have been funny. That would have been hilarious.
Like, I really
If
thought there was gonna
Michigan
be a bunch of madness.
cracks it on Pretty Deadly cracks it on Naya, and then Teddy just goes like this with the briefcase. All you heard was
Cause easily, right? We was talking about Naya decimating Pretty Deadly. She could be going over to set him up for a bonsai drop. and then one of the ones, Elton Prince or whoever, just trying to distract her, right? And then you got Tiffany Stratton dragging the other one from underneath so that Nia, when she executes, she misses. I'm cashing in. Or like continue
or
to beat down. I'm cashing in.
or maybe you have, like I said, have me just go ham with the Kindle stick.
Yeah, again, I thought they was gonna go somewhere with the madness. I felt a little underwhelmed, but
Well, we
it,
could get that next week.
yeah, in this case, because Tiffany has the briefcase, I'm glad that there's more questions than answers. I want to see where like how's her reaction gonna be going forward after being asked to bow down and stuff like that. To take that bow, you know what I'm saying?
You know, Nas gonna ask her, why didn't you bow?
And then I think we're gonna continue to see some more chicanery, some more ways of Tiffany trying to avoid doing that. And it's gonna be fun and
Now,
entertaining.
now that we've already gone down this road, how soon is too soon, or is there too soon now? Like
Well, they didn't do SummerSlam, so that's good. I think you're already good there because last year they did SummerSlam.
they've done the same day captions as well.
Right. So they didn't do those two things. Now it's at a point where you don't want this hit to get stale between them, kind of like what was happening with Damian Priest, where he had the briefcase for so long that the fans started kind of like, is he
So,
even gonna
so
cash
my,
in?
my, my question is, should she cash in during the match with Mita next week? Would that be fine?
I'll be cool with it. Because I'm not gonna lie, I think right now in this body of work, Nia Jax run like before she even got the championship
Does
was
Nia need a lengthy title reign? Is my next question.
she did what she won the Queen of the Ring and won the prize for the prize. The prize was to get a championship match at SummerSlam. You got that and the championship. You won the prize
Hmm.
for the prize. So to me, it's a win-win. If she loses, and it's not like she's losing to somebody that would be questionable, right? Like, I think everybody's behind Tiffany. I think people love Tiffy Tom, and it'd be putting
They
those
get
two
a great
young girls.
reaction.
Yeah, I just think it's W's all around for that situation.
Okay.
Now, if it was somebody else, I don't know, like you know, but they've been doing good with that dynamic right there since the beginning. But I mean, other than that, yeah, the tonight show, I was surprised. I thought I was gonna get a bunch of filler up until the last moment, and I seen a lot of good wrestling out here tonight. Usually, with WWE, they save the great stuff for the PLEs. So,
Well, they pissed away last week, so now you got to start setting up for the rest of that card for the PLE because we just had the two title matches.
yep.
So
It's gonna be interesting to see if they choose to use like Braun Breaker's not involved in anything unless you make him and Sammy. They make him and Sammy really go at it again, bro.
they don't need to. I
There's no
mean,
way how that should be possible, bro.
Berlin, we should be getting, I would assume, Sammy and Jay potentially, quote unquote, versus the Judgment Day, which I would hope that Sammy gets taken out and then we get the Usos versus Judgment Day. That's just me.
Cause do they have Rhea and Liv listed for them for that? Oh,
Nope.
they might do that tag match though, right?
No. We're getting the mixed tag match.
Yeah, the big tag match. Okay.
So we're getting the Terror Twins, Rhea and Damien versus Dom and Liv.
Oh
So
man.
you potentially have
And the strap
one.
match. And the strap match.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Shit. So you have anywhere from one to two matches to add.
I don't like that idea right there. I mean, unless nah,
What you thinking?
maybe there's still a way to put Gable and Bo or Uncle Howdy, but do we want Uncle Howdy to have his in ring match debut in Berlin? Like,
A part of me wants that for Bad Blood, maybe even Survivor Series.
cause Gable this he called out somebody for next week, right? He said he wants Uncle Howdy in the
He's
ring
been
or something.
he's always been calling out Uncle Howdy, but it's like
I'm trying to just think what else can we that's already in story. Maybe the Xavier Woods stuff. Maybe him and Kofi get a
now
one on one at
now
Berlin.
back to my point. If we weren't getting Cody and KO, this would be so much easier. So much easier.
That's crazy too. Cause it's like in my eyes, the Final Testament, that whole shit with Kofi and them, it's crazy. In my eyes, I thought it would have been like obviously to separate the New Day, but I thought some of it would have made the Final Testament look good. Like I still look at them like they can use a rub too.
Well, also let's look at the Berlin card right now so far. Gunther versus Randy, a Raw match. The next tag match, a Raw match. The strap match, a Raw match. Cody and KO, a SmackDown match. We had a perfectly good shot to make this entirely a Raw exclusive PLE. There's a chance we get Judgment Day versus JD Jay and Sammy on top for Berlin as well.
When is LA Knight and Escobar happening?
SmackDown next week. The tag match on SmackDown next week. The women's title match SmackDown maybe next week or week after.
Now let me ask you. So with Raw obviously being 3 hours, do SmackDown need to have as many matches as Raw? Obviously, I don't think one is enough or two, but I'm
So
just
so
saying.
so this boils on to my next question: Is Berlin going to be a 2.5 hour show, a 3 4 hour show? How long is it going to be? Because the overseas shows have been averaging anywhere from 2.5 to maybe three and change.
I think two is some change. It's gonna be like one of those that ends short, probably.
So if that's the case, you maybe add one more match or nothing at all. For all we know, the whole card could be set right now.
So let me ask you something. What would be this could change because this is we only about 2 more weeks out. So I'm just throwing like questions and shit to just get us talking. What would be something that'll shake the room at Berlin for you? Something like what I mean, something that you didn't see happening. That's like, all right, this just changed things.
Now, are we asking what's on the card or what could be not on the card?
What's on the card as is?
It would surprise me if Randy beats Gunther. That would change all of my theories on SmackDown for the next 3 4 months.
Hmm.
And another one would probably be let's see. I don't know how I'd feel if KO beats Cody. Ultimately, it would do a lot of harm to Cody, but I think it would also hurt Kevin as well.
I'll be honest, if they ain't like Cody's run, they're not gonna like Kevin Owens' run. What could like?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that match doesn't benefit anybody really.
Because then it's the same
But
shit.
yeah,
Who Kevin Owens gonna face? AJ Styles when he come back? Like it's gonna be the same cycle. And this is why I keep saying, yes, SmackDown got a lot of people, but they got a lot of people that are already entangled in shit. And we're in this long term storytelling. So
well, it's also the way they set folks up is to where there's more heels than baby faces. Now, say KO wins, unless we're putting the belt back on Roman already, the only name I see is Brock, and I know for a fact that I don't want to go down that road again with Brock. Let's just be honest.
I'm beyond. I think too. Over Femi, I would fast track him.
But here's my question: with that, who do you even get the belt off of to begin with? There ain't nobody right now. That's the problem. What, Trick Williams maybe?
This is why I say they need to do a better job of setting out some foundational shit
Now
to where
now it,
SmackDown
it,
Raw could just sign from NXT. Like
or
why I
based
gotta
on
be
who's
this draft?
based on who's in NXT currently, depending on the booking, if it's not like a Trick Williams, I can maybe see an Eddie Thorpe. I could maybe see an Alexis King. Since he has the Heritage Cup, I could maybe see a Charlie Dempsey with the help of the faction.
Or
Maybe a Pete Dunne. But again, it's a whole lot of maybes.
they could really go back to what they used to do, but announce it so it don't just look funny. Have dudes on like a two-way contract, like in NBA, where like, I you from the NXT, but you get certain amount of appearances on, or like they can pluck these dudes from NXT a certain amount of times, and you still got the certain amount of trades between Raw and SmackDown in itself. But
Yeah,
y'all could
yeah,
select
but
from
again,
NXT a few times.
you're still gonna get that belt off of Obafemi at some point in time.
Hmm. But
That's
no,
the
this is what I'm
problem.
saying. So like, they remember when
Well,
Solo came up with the
so-
belt, they had to let him drop it. But look, Dominic had it up here too. So it's like that. It's like a weird rule with the
but
North American,
Dominic was trading with Dragon Lee. Is the difference.
but he was still on both shows. He was coming up the road with it.
But he was swapping the belt, much like Kevin Owens was kind of trading the NXT belt with Finn Balor at the time. Uh, who else was up here with the belt?
Or even like we said before, when Kevin Owens came up with the NXT championship and
Yeah,
challenged
yeah. When
Cena.
Cam came up, he was swapping that belt with Finn Balor at the time.
Hmm.
With Finn Balor, Pac, and Sami Zayn. So that belt was your franchise. Just what happened that the first time he came up, it was with the belt.
But
But
look, I mean, who can
let's
do
say,
it?
at some point in time, we gotta have to get that belt off Obafemi.
Hmm.
And I see a handful of maybes, nothing that screams definitive yet. Unless we give Obafemi a Gunther Roman Reigns style reign with the belt whip for Jacob Henry.
Or my favorite
I mean, I
solution.
mean, I mean, Otis said he wants a rematch, but I'd be shocked if Otis wins that belt off of Obafemi.
That'd be crazy. I mean,
I mean,
Otis just been lifting two dudes up at once. Like he's lifting up a whole
Otis
Obafemi
had a
team.
match. Otis answered overtimes last week on NXT. It was a good match, but I I, I don't see Otis per se beating Obafemi clean 1, 2, 3 in the ring.
Mm.
Now again, I love to be proven
That's
wrong, but
that's a even more of a reason why. Oba should be up. Even with the title, he's beating main roster people.
Yeah, but like I said, that's him coming with the belt isn't the problem. It's again when the time comes,
Who
we're
gonna
gonna
hold
have
it?
to get that belt off of him.
Triple threat match. He don't even get pinned. My favorite solution for bullshit.
But again, who credibly do you put in the match? There's
That's the
nobody.
point. Who outside of the heavyweight NXT? You got Ethan
Like I said,
Page.
there's Eddie Thorpe, you have Lexus King, you have Joe Hendry, you have Trick Williams, you have was it Mensa, maybe a Noam Dar, Charlie Dempsey.
Who's the strongest person aside from probably like a Moose in TNA that can do it?
Ooh, we're going down the TNA roster. That changes everything. You could go Eric Young, you could go Eddie Edwards, you could go Josh Alexander, you can go Jonathan Gresham, who this Thursday will have a match against Charlie Dempsey,
We
Sammy
already seen.
Callahan,
You feel
Frankie
me?
Kazarian, who's been with NXT before.
I don't think Joe Hendry gonna beat Ethan Page for no NXT championship, but like they can't strike out and lose every attempt, right? Like they might get the North American championship off NXT one time. Like you might not get the main heavyweight, the female heavyweight, the guys NXT heavyweight, but you might get the North
Uh, uh, uh,
American.
in regards to Joe Hendry and having championship gold within WWE, a part of me honestly feels like that moment will only happen when he wins the IC belt. Only then. No other belt, just that one. That will be the first. I
Why
don't
that?
know why I feel that way. It's just I just feel that in my soul. Like that might be when they pull the plug on him with the belt.
So how you rating this episode of SmackDown for tonight? Out of 5?
Yeah, it gets to 7.25.
Okay, so you doing
It was,
7?
it was, it was, it was, again, it was a hell of a lot better than last week's.
I ain't mad at that. Again, I feel like this
Last
week
week's
did a
was,
good job planting some seeds, continuing
it was
stories.
it, it was interesting not seeing Cody on the show.
Even though there were things I didn't like, I always say easy to watch is a term I like to use. SmackDown was easy to watch, even though there were things I wasn't in favor of. So that's that. I really
It was
enjoyed the bloodline
tolerable.
stuff. The bloodline stuff, always a pleasure. Always find it when I be like, I can't think back at a time where a storyline like that felt so real. Maybe the Vince, Stephanie, Undertaker stuff a little bit. Where like, as a kid, I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, yo, did Undertaker really take Stephanie? Like,
Um, Not counting Eddie and Ray. If you were to combine the two things, I'd say when Randy Batista left Evolution,
that was a
especially when
time.
Batista left, because if you recall, Triple H wanted Batista to choose SmackDown, and I said that's where we got the first, or not the second big thumbs up, thumbs down. Batista chooses Raw. We get that monster Batista bomb through the table, and then we got one hell of a series of Batista and Triple H.
And then the continuity for so many years, like we're in an era where they maintaining this through social media. Like you got a bunch of factors factoring in. Back then, I feel like it was just you just had Raw once a week, so it was kind of like, all right, you gotta wait, you gotta wait, you gotta wait. We consuming so much wrestling these days to still be like
It
captivated
was
by
like
like it's crazy.
Once in a while, you might see something on the website, maybe.
I like with Roman, I feel like I don't even bother looking him up because I'm not gonna get no like what the picture with Bad Bunny. I'm not going to
And
lie,
he's
that's
not
cool.
really active on social media either.
You feel me? Like, yeah, he don't use social media like how the other cats do. They be, wanting to put pictures up of them and they social. Like he put pictures of him working out and shit that pertains to his physique. You might see him talk about
Or
his kids.
family.
Yeah, you might see him talk about his kids and stuff. Like, but outside of that, it's not like party time and yeah, we outside chilling and this is like what I like to do on my time and like he was doing that shit for Xavier Woods, showing up on Up Up Down Down, having fun with them and all that. But I think
And
that's
him and Seth
different.
having a little segment where they were in the car together.
Yeah, I think that's different from like you being on somebody else's stuff and like you actually like because like again when I go to his page, it's really like oh no, this dude really about the WWE business. Like that's what you're gonna see. You're not gonna really see the like you go
It's
to
the
some people
brand
page,
that's what's making the money.
right? You go to some other people pages, they trying to sell themselves, like trying to make them seem like, oh, I'm not really a bad guy on TV. I'm fun. I'm a good guy. And all to me, all that shit plays into the mystique, into the
That reminds me of Reigns' old little promo from back in the day. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy.
and that's what I love about Twitter now. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you know this feature before. News used to get out, oh, Roman Reigns at this airport. Now, when I'm on Twitter, like they quickly got the correction. Oh, this was an old photo. Like they got the context
Oh,
behind.
the community corrections, whatever.
Yeah. And it's showing like, oh no, this was actually a photo taken from this date, and then you can actually go look up and like, oh yo, these motherfuckers just capped. They just made it seem like this and that was going on, and I'm just like,
But sometimes I miss those moments where I randomly pop on Twitter, and the first thing you see is someone trying to creep on Randy Orton at the gym, and Randy just flashes on him.
nah, yeah, I mean, yeah. See, it's watching the shit. It's funny. Me personally, I wouldn't be really. I don't. I gotta ask somebody like, yo, can I catch a vid? Or like, I'm gonna feel like a creep from mad far away, or just even zooming in on you with a phone, like trying to catch you without your like. They gonna look like somebody gonna look at me. Anybody going? I do that to
At
anybody.
least let them know you're there.
Right. So you doing this to somebody with clout that got status, they gonna definitely like fuck you off. Like, yo, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, you can't even let me work out in peace, bro. Like, you don't see me on TV every week. Like, you can look me up on YouTube. Like, what are you doing?
And Randy's saying, "Get the fuck out of my face! I'll fuck you up."
Facts. Like, I
And
was
then
just
they take
watching.
it to the Titan Towers, and
Yeah,
WWE legal part tell the dude, "Hey, what do you expect him to say?"
yeah, I was just watching a video the other day how the like news reporters was trying to say some silly stuff to the WWE wrestlers, and then like it was Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, like they just be telling them about themselves, like, oh, yo, you want me to smack you right now, bro? Like you talking crazy, like, and it is what it is.
Still very, very telling. But on the topic of Randy, you happen to catch that the I don't know if it's a podcast, talk show, whatever you want to call it, sponsored by Wheatley Vodka. What do you want to talk about?
See,
Featuring
like
Randy Orton.
I think like that, bro. Nah, to answer your first question, no, I didn't see it. I might check it out after this. When done like that, if you're gonna use the catchphrase like that, what do you want to talk about? Put it on shirts, put it on, or you want to bring it out once in a while. But the tone he's been like we've been saying it earlier in the show. That tone he needs to get a little bit more aggressive, more
Mm-hmm.
decisive.
Yeah, but if
Like
you haven't seen it, yet, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. It was a very it's an easy hour, but there's a lot of stuff in there which I don't know how you're gonna take it, but to me, it took me back just based on what they're talking about. And again, it's a very wholesome conversation between two legitimate friends.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I'm about to check it out soon too because I gotta go to the beach tomorrow. I got family coming over and they want to go chill out at the beach, get me
He said,
burnt
"I need
again.
something to do while y'all doing their bullshit."
You feel me? Like, bro, I'm gonna get so burnt again, bro. And the thing is, I put sunscreen on. I still be getting hit, bro. Cause I'm like,
What
you know
SPF
how
you be getting?
what happened?
What's the SPF on the sunscreen?
Probably not enough. What the is it the lower the better or the higher? Cause I might be
The
having
higher the better.
the higher the better. Man, I must be at some 10 then. I must be at some like the -10, whatever. Cause it ain't that
Or fine,
fit
just get
that
some tanning oil and an umbrella.
right. The only thing I don't mind about getting burnt, like you know how some people that they can't get tanned, they just stay red all the time and they just complete
Mm-hmm.
like my shit go into the tan color after that first day of red or 2 days of red.
Oh,
So
who knows? But I be getting golden brown.
I love it. I love it. When I'm out, if I'm out every like when I used to work outside, I used to work as a security at this like local store, and I used to have to stand outside all day. I wouldn't get burnt because I guess I was building up the tolerance to the sun, and I would get a little not as dark as you, but I would get that little golden. I'd rather that
Oh,
color
no,
than burnt
this isn't me dark. This is me damn near pale.
shit. I was like a
A
shade
couple
lighter than
times,
that.
if I'm not careful, I can get Dominican dark.
Nah, yeah, that's how my pops is. Cause my pops, he real light skin like me, real white skin. But he work construction, so you know how the construction dudes get. You even be like Italian, and they be catching them real good tans. They be out there so much.
Uh huh.
But yeah, so I got a lot. I got a lot tomorrow. I got to drive over there to Brooklyn. All the traffic and stuff. That joint be taking me probably like an hour. Then they're gonna want to be out there in the sun for like 4 hours. Jesus,
Well,
I'll be
sure. By the
so
time you come back, take a little power nap, and then you'll be hopefully awake for the UFC pay per view.
yeah, man. I need to catch that. Luckily, those things come on kind of late too, though. They be starting like what prelims, probably like 8 p.m., maybe nine.
For you, the main card starts at 10.
Yeah, that's lovely. That yeah, I should be. Yeah, there's no way I'm sleeping unless I stay up the whole. Like you said, I gotta take a nap. If I stay up the whole day, there's a chance. But if I do myself right, then I'll be back in
If you
action.
have the whole day, you ain't got no shot watching the show.
Nah, yeah.
I know you.
If I get a chance to sit down and like close my eyes at the beach, I'm gonna do that too tomorrow. Cause last week I didn't get to do that. I had to be on mad roller coasters, feeling like I'm about to get a concussion and stuff. Like old ass roller coasters for real. Like man, those joints is crazy. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, I think that's it. We go with the SmackDown. You got anything else you want to tell the folks before any other news or something that you want to get off before we get out of here?
I'll say while you'll be hopefully taking a much needed nap as you go into the morning time. I'll be showing up before the G1 block finals. In the first block final, it'll be Yota Tsuji versus David Finlay. And in the second block final and the main event of tonight's G1 show, it'll be Shingo Takagi versus overall tournament bracket points winner Zack Sabre Jr. Now, if Finlay and Zack Sabre both win their respective block matches, we will be guaranteed the first foreigner to win the G1 since Kenny Omega.
And who you got in those matches?
I mean, I got Zach over Shingo. I got Zach with the whole tournament, but the interesting one is going to be Yota Tsuji versus Finlay because Tsuji he won the New Japan Cup earlier this year. No person has ever won the New Japan Cup and the G1 in the same year, except for maybe Kota Ibushi. Maybe I don't think he did either, but he's also chasing history. And also, again, he's the new kid on the block. New Japan has big plans for him, and then much like Shota Umino and Renderita, but he's been the superstar. I wouldn't be shocked if he beats Finlay, but I don't think he beats Zack Sabre in the finals. But I, I'm actually fucking. I'll take Yota Tsuji to win tonight over David Finlay.
Mm.
But that is going to be one hell of a match.
Mm.
But this whole G1 tournament this year has been incredible.
Nah, it
Also on the
sounds like
card
it's
you
getting that
have
essence back for real.
the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Champions, the War Dog, Joe Mullen, and Clark Connor's coming back. They'll be looking for an opponent later this summer. You have Robbie Eagles coming back to New Japan for another appearance, whatever, representing TMDK. Like I said earlier, my big surprise with the G1 this year would be Bolton Ole, because again, this is a guy who's still technically a student, a young lion, and he's already a champion in New Japan as a never open 6-man champion. And he's getting so big of a push right now. Only one person that has gone through the dojo system that has had a quicker rise than him, and that's Shinsuke Nakamura. No one has seen a meteoric rise like these two in their history. So that tells me New Japan sees a lot in Bolton Oleg. He's a very talented man, and again, I think you could, if they do him right, he will likely be New Japan's version of what Brock Lesnar could have been had he kept his mind right and not gotten in any trouble.
Mm.
He's that damn talented and that credible as a wrestler. Probably just as big too, to be honest. But he's the guy who I don't know if he aged out of the Olympics or got tired because he wasn't really getting no looks for the Olympics. His country of Kazakhstan still has him nationally ranked because he was that dominant during his respective tenure. So, yeah, he's already in his 30s, but again, we've seen guys like Diamond Dallas Page be in his 40s and still be new on the block and still have a good career. So, we'll see with him.
Nah, yeah, we're gonna see.
And also, I don't know if it's Josh Briggs or Tavion Heights. One of them is taking on another top guy for Pro Wrestling Noah in the N1 tournament in Wagner Jr. He's a guy, big guy in CMLL, big guy in Noah. The NXT guys are showing out right now in Noah, especially Tavion Heights.
Yeah, he
Like,
he been wild in the past 3-4 months. It's
and
crazy.
his second or third match in a whole different promotion, you beat the number one guy in Noah. You beat the guy. Folks may say it's the guy is Kaito Kiyomiya, but no. Keno is the guy right now in Noah. And Tavion beat him 1-2 through the with probably the cleanest belly to belly suplex I've seen since Scott Steiner.
Something
Like
going on back there right there.
this man is going to be a problem when he comes back to NXT.
And they could really run that whole gimmick. Like they just went around the world and now we'll come back to NXT washing all y'all. Like
Yeah, like I said, let's say if Tavion has wins that tournament easily, he's won the second toughest tournament in the world. He took on some of the world's best. Like this ain't no small feat of what he's doing. And again, Josh Briggs is no slouch either, and no slack towards Charlie Dempsey with what he's been doing in TNA and All Japan. Like we said, this Thursday, Charlie Dempsey is going up against Jonathan fucking Gresham, the Octopus. Do not sleep on that match. Like NXT, they're putting themselves in some really good spots right now. The new guys getting their reps. They are establishing their stardom. No pun intended.
hmm.
But yeah, that's about it for my little rant for the night. HD, you still with us?
My bad, my bad, my bad. I'm here, I'm here.
You good?
I tried to run to the bathroom real quick while you was talking. You know, we 3 hours in.
Yeah, we ain't done this in a minute.
Facts. But nah, I heard what you were saying though. But yeah, so yeah, we gonna get back. Well, let's say Friday. We got Monday rolling right around the corner. So by the time you know it, we back at it. Hopefully, if that Adesanya fight worth talking about, like some crazy shit, we might. No, I mean, y'all know how we be just dropping shit. So
It's not a bad card to be honest.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I gotta go. Like after I watch this Cody and Randy joint, I gotta look at their trailer because I only seen a little bit of the face off, and then that was it between Adesanya and old buddy. So I don't really know what the rest of the card looking like.
On the I don't know. It might have been yesterday. Adesanya was talking to Dricus in Afrikaans, basically telling him, "I wish pain and suffering on your mother. I'm going to kill you." Type
Yeah,
shit.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to fuck it. Just say it. Ain't no sugarcoating. If we can't say shit in English, and I'm Spanish, so my relatives say shit in a different language too. We be saying some crazy shit in a different language and be saying that shit on national television. Like it's alright to say just because it's in a different language. Like we be having to cool the jets because when they translate the shit, that shit just going like we say it because it when we say it's just talking shit, right? Or you might really mean what you say, but talking shit. But then can't the sensitive culture going to jump at you like the sensitive culture love that shit. They waiting for
But
moments like that.
well, that too. But also, I think in this instance, Izzy's trying to send a message to Drake, and they try to tell him or her. So again, what better to make it hurt than speaking the language?
Right. Driving that shit home for real.
Make it as personal as physically and psychologically possible.
I mean, to low key, like when I argue with certain Spanish people, I do that too. Like, I'm gonna say some stupid shit in Spanish just to let you know, like, I'm on your time. What happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to argue and
Yeah,
like,
we here.
yeah, like, come on. And yeah, so I can see that shit for real. That's funny to me at least. Like, other
Hmm.
people probably mad about it, but I look at like, y'all want them to be quiet in front of each other. They selling the fight. And then when that shit, now if they go out there and fucking do what fighters do, which is fight a safe fight. I mean, again, I said what I said. They showed the fight. They showed y'all. We all came to watch. And if they just be technicians instead of going toe to toe, that's part of the game too.
Yeah, but then after the Adesanya fight at midnight, so between 1:30 ish, we'll get the G1 block, the G1 finals essentially. So
Mm.
definitely some shit going down tomorrow.
Yeah, so you know by Monday, Razor should have all the G1 updates for y'all and shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'll be tapped out by the time that shit come up. I'll be on my
Oh, so
last leg.
sometimes you be on 2K or Fortnite.
Well, that's the only thing. That's the only thing that'll probably keep me going. That good old basketball, little video game run.
I mean, the NBA season is around the corner.
I'm not even gonna lie. One time, I forgot. Like I just put a show. I can't even say one time. Like it happened long ago. It happened the other day. I watched this show and I went to bed to watch it. I think I could stay up. But I put the new episode on. I start. My eyes is full. My wife, he said, "For what, bro? Like, why'd you even put the episode on? You're gonna fall asleep." I like, I don't know. Like I was like, man, like
Just
yeah,
maybe.
yeah, like maybe I could have stood up just a little bit. Once I hit that room, I'll be real comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. For real, man. But I'm gonna hit the queue. Chat, y'all have a good night. Y'all stay tapped in with us. Safety, love.